Your turn to give it, and he wanted to take the limelight and go through the middle with the kick.
Come on, Camden.
Free kick, St Kilda here in the middle of the ground, JB.
It's going to be Henry, and he is called to play on. So he's going to be content to go sideways to Mason Wood's southern side of the ground.
45 seconds.
45 seconds.
45 seconds to go in this game. They have to man up. St Kilda kick it backwards. Goes into Sharman's hands. And now stretching the field here, the Saints. Taking plenty of time. Look at this. They've gobbled up 20 seconds. Magnificent play by them. They lead it by 4 points. Ball out wide. Richmond, one last chance. Have got possession of the footy. Goes to half forward. Wilkie takes the great mark.
That is a match-winning mark. Or match-guaranteeing mark, if you like. They're already in front. A brilliant contested mark is going to get them over the line here. Siren going to sound. The Saints hold on and win by 4 points. That is their third win in a row. I have, and I know everyone has, some old school cynical St Kilda fans that say every year we make sure the season's done and then we start playing properly just so that the membership gets sold for the next year. But you've got to enjoy that, Ash. 3 wins in a row.
Spot on. And their form's been pretty good from the past 9 rounds, JB. They've played some quality opposition and their margins have been pretty lean in terms of losing margins.
Yep.
But if you're a St Kilda fan, you sit at home and you watch the fourth quarter of that and you think, why can we not play more football that looks like the fourth quarter?
Why don't we do that all the time? Well, they have won this game after the Tigers kicked the only 2 of the third term to take the lead. It was a 3-goal-to-1 final term for St Kilda. And what does that do from a live ladder point of view, Ash? Can they move anywhere, the Saints?
For the live ladder, JB, so that's win number 8 for the Saints. So as we speak, they are currently 11th on the live ladder. So they've moved up 3 spots, but there's a number of games to play out. Port Adelaide and Melbourne and Carlton.
Take Jack Sinclair from Fox Footy.
So I thought we started really well. A bit disappointed we didn't continue on the second quarter. Thought we probably just went away a bit from what makes us a good team, and they got back into the game pretty quickly. But we haven't had a great record in milestones, so I'm really happy for Steely and his 200 that we got the win for him.
What about three-quarter time, Ross? Now you've been in this situation a couple of times in recent weeks, but what was it that probably broke it open for you? Because they had to have your measure.
Yeah, we just spoke about taking the game on a bit. Found it really hard to score. They got numbers back really quickly, and we probably just didn't use the ball really well. Going inside 50, we lacked a lot of composure, just blasted it into their spares straight line, which was a bit a plan going into the game not to do that. But credit to them, the pressure was hot, and they got some really good players behind the ball. Makes it really hard.
I said that before the game. You said milestones haven't been great, but Steely, it's nice to celebrate. He's been sensational for this football club, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has. Through some interesting times, been really up and down, but really proud of him. Amazing teammate. Like, some of the footy I've seen him play is just absolutely incredible. And being captain for over 100 games, there's not many who've done it in the Saints' history. So, we love him and love what he brings, and we're stoked for him that we got the result.
Every week we talk Naz, let's talk defenders. Cal Wilkie, 16 marks today. Every time they went back there, he just seemed to be in the right space. He probably undervalued, isn't he, in the competition?
Yeah, undervalued, undersized, but just gets the job done every week. One of our leaders. He's just so passionate. Works really hard, and he just barely ever loses a contest. Just feels so safe behind the ball with him down there. And I thought Caminiti fought really strongly today, and Taru, the big fellas down there, thought they had their hands full, but did a really good job.
Well, make sure tonight Jack Steele doesn't pay for a beer, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he won't. He never does. No, just kidding.
Good on you, Jack.
Thanks, Nico.
Of those 16 marks for Cal Wilkie, how many of them were contested?
Yes, spot on, JB. One out of the 16.
Well,
and it was a good one.
So when Nico said that, Trueman just looked at me with a bewildered face and then went straight to the stats board and was shaking his head.
Well, he's the goalkeeper, isn't he? So they just keep funneling it back to him with no one anywhere near him. All right, Jack Steele, 200 games, what a start.
It's nice to get 3 on the trot towards the back end of the year with this young group. We've done it in all sorts of ways the last couple of weeks, but to win like that in a milestone game, it means a lot to me, so I'm pretty happy.
You're a modest man. I knew you'd back me straight up. 200, though, it's to have all your family and friends in the rooms. There was a lot there, but it's been a long career, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been a big journey. I'm not done yet. I'm still pretty keen to keep going, and see what this group's capable of in the years to come. So, yeah, it's gone quick. It's gone before my eyes, but, yeah, I'm excited for what's next.
There's plenty more in the tank. Don't worry about that. I'll get you a 3-year deal before the end of this interview. Let's talk about the last 3 weeks, because it's been building, 3 wins in a row. It's sensational for this group because a lot of kids have had a lot of exposure this year to AFL football.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing. We're getting games into some talent, some young talent, and we've had some very close losses before those 3 wins, so it just shows the attitude of this group and how bad we want to be good, or great, I guess. So, yeah, we're trying our asses off, and yeah, we're slowly starting to see some results.
Cal Wilkie, he's just over my right shoulder here, 16 marks, but the Flying Viking, it's a good little back line now, isn't it? He's learning a lot as a young player with these sort of calibre of players.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a bad mentor in Wilkes, Taru, so yeah, I think he's got some attributes, still plenty to work on for him, but yeah, he's going to be an exciting one to watch going forward. But yeah, being an apprentice to Wilkes, he's in the best position possible.
Go and get cheered off. You've had a great career, but you've got plenty more to go, Steely. Well done.
Thanks, Steve.
Gee, the great Hawthorn man there, JB, has not read the play. Both teams are waiting at the race to chair Steely off.
They're going again.
He's got him at the other end of the ground.
Come on, Dicko.
Well, they were going to get
just told him to get stuffed.
Got a nose like a fin on a surfboard.
Imagine him and Theo having a nose off.
Oh, my God, what is he on about? All right, they were going to interview Cal Wilkie. They've abandoned that now because both teams waiting to recognise the 200-game career of Jack Steele, who I think is universally admired.
Yeah.
I think Fox was trying to do an us and just trying to get a little bit more post-game out of this game so there was less padding. And the chair off has completely stuffed that plan.
I have just been handed the clock and am horrified at what I'm looking at. Jack Steele has been lifted high on a couple of pairs of shoulders. Marshall and Wilkie, well done. 200 of the best.
Lucky Brian's not here.
Yes. Well, 200 he's happy with.
Says that's okay.
No.
250.
250 minimum.
Minimum?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy with 200. So now Cal Wilkie's going to come back to Dicko as the Tigers trudge across to head down the race. I'm not too despondent if I'm a Richmond fan. No expectations coming into this year, and I reckon they're actually playing pretty decent brand of footy.
Yeah, they are, and they've got some senior players that help guide them out there. I thought they made a couple of errors in that last couple of minutes, and they certainly should have had a shot on goal with Taranto going inside 50 there, so they'd be disappointed with that. But yeah, they've fought hard all year, and I don't think they've lost any fans in the competition this year with what they've done. A lot of teams pick them not to win a game.
If they win one more, they're equal on wins with Essendon as well. So I know Essendon obviously had a year of carnage with their injuries, but no one would have thought that, and be one win off Carlton if they can find one more somewhere. So I've been really impressed with them. Their fight, their ability to show what they've got, and you can see there's a clear system and a clear direction that they're headed in, and their youth is really coming through as well.
The aura.
And also,
there's a bit of aura.
Due to one of the more astounding list management decisions in the history of football, they get North Melbourne's first pick.
Yes.
So they're going to end up with 2 and 3. Ash?
Well, you and Ash.
Yes, I know, JB.
How do you explain that away, please?
Can't
As a
explain
North
it.
Man.
Cannot explain it.
All right, let's get to the song.
They didn't give that anything at all.
I would have thought you'd give that a lot more.
Especially in Steely's 200. I reckon we might see a bit of Ross and maybe not Nassau. It might be Steely this week, but a bit of shoulder action.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll celebrate this one.
Well, they should. Don't win every time you play unless your name's Joel Selwood. So when you do win, Katie, enjoy the bloody thing.
Absolutely.
It's the whole point of it. Going into the room with Ross the Boss. Boris Henright there lurking. He's about to wander in as well on the Harvey Norman replay screen. Lots of talk about him potentially being a senior coach.
Very good coach. I was lucky enough to have him for 3 years, I think it was. And he sees the game very well and one of the absolute greats to play it.
Triple M Amy review you are listening to when clangers happen. It's lucky you're with Amy. And if we got a Macca's I'm Loving It moment, Willison, let's get to that. Tonight's I'm Loving It moment happened in the second quarter. This time he gets it to Wood. Nicely marked, and he's off the left footer, inside 50, poor kick. Missed all targets. Desire Wanganeen Miller the bouncing ball has gone through. Ridiculous. It landed between the goal post and the point post and went at right angles through the goal. That is actually ridiculous. When you consider it's a 4-point game, that had no right to go through.
No, it didn't. It was a Shane Warne wrong in that one.
Well, and Warney didn't really have that in the kit bag.
No, he didn't.
More your Stewie McGill.
Old Stewie.
Yep, he had a decent-sized wrong on him. Looking at the Tigers here, all the youngsters are wandering around in the rooms and... No, you're not flat.
No, you're not flat. I'll tell you, Macca's I'm Loving It moment for the Tigers was Morris Rioli's tackle here on the broadcast side. Just absolutely obliterated I can't remember who he hit. It was someone a lot bigger than him.
Well, you could clip up 3 or 4 of his chase down tackles this season, and they'd been some of the best that you've potentially ever seen. The one over in, I think it was Fremantle, that he came from about 35 out from goal and ended up laying the tackle the other side of the centre circle. And his ability to apply pressure, we've seen some good performances from him since he has come back from the VFL, and a bit more of an engine, a bit more of a tank, which allows him to do that now.
Run home for Richmond. They've got the Tigers. They've got the Kangaroos down in Hobart. The Cats here.
It's not a kind round 24 matchup for them, is it?
They might walk into a bit of a shite storm round 24. Just a cherry ripe Cats here at the G to finish off the season.
Here, go and have 8 weeks off and enjoy your pre-season. Whack.
I reckon I'd pull up a bit sore from the last training session before that one.
Well, they have got a lot to look forward to, Richmond. They've got a lot of young players that they haven't seen a lot of yet, Lawler being one, Smiley being another. So when they get them all fit and rolling, it's going to be worth the price of admission. Triple MVP. Katie, what are we doing?
Yeah, we've got the votes for this afternoon. We've given 1 vote to Cal Wilkie, 29 disposals, 16 marks. Chew, just one of them contested.
Not happy with them though, were you, Chew?
Wasn't happy.
Won't be brought up in the Lake Bogue end of your stats party, that's for sure.
I did Google. There is a Lake Bolac as well.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's a very big lake. Drive through it on the way to... drive next to it on the way to Warrnambool.
Don't go to the wrong one.
Might have it there next year.
Yeah, well, you were taking the piss out of me the other night when I said Lake Bolac.
9 intercept possessions and 5 score involvements from the big man down back. 2 votes, Marcus Windhager, 32 disposals, 9 marks.
He had a
6
nice
tackles.
Batch,
he did. Started well.
Great game.
And then 1 vote, Nazaya Wanganeen Miller, 33 disposals. He had 6 intercept possessions, 4 inside 50s, 7 score involvements, just under 700 metres gained and a goal to go with it.
He could have 12 Brownlow votes in the last 5 or 6 weeks, I reckon, Messiah.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see where he finishes, how the umpires are seeing him out there, but I reckon he's going to come home with a very wet sail.
And zeros added to the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Whether he stays or goes.
I reckon out of any player in the competition, I reckon he's added anywhere from 5 to 800,000 on his contract this year.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Good management, just holding off.
No, well, why wouldn't you?
Poor old Steely Green. I don't know what he's done. He couldn't get activated in that one.
Oh,
didn't get a run.
Did not get on the ground.
Did not activate their sub, Richmond, which doesn't happen in many games.
Thanks for filling us in, Theo.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be out here in a minute running 400-metre wind sprints.
With
which
Theo.
Would be the worst thing possible to do. Saints rooms on the big screen. So we go from here, Ash, to Brizzy, yeah?
We do. Brisbane v Sydney up at the Gabba. And tonight,
Tonight,
JB. So South Australian WA listeners will listen to the Fremantle versus Port Adelaide game. And all other states will tune into the Carlton versus the Suns at Marvel Stadium.
Geez, that Freo game is massive now for them.
Yeah,
with
huge.
the results that have happened around them, they can either end up in the 4 or battling to make the 8.
Now, don't quote me on this, but I don't think they've ever won against Port Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval.
Oh, really?
Can
True.
you
Can
confirm,
you find that
please?
for us?
Wow, that's a big stat if it's true.
It's probably not, though, so...
Port Adelaide,
They're not at their best, but still dangerous at home.
They're limping, but with Port Adelaide and what they've shown over the last 10 years under Ken is if they get off to a good start, they can win. Oh, gee, that's high fives going.
There is.
Hello,
This is
so
exciting.
Katie Girl might be right here.
Yeah, from 7 outings, they've never won at the Adelaide Oval against Port
Only
Adelaide.
played there 7 times against Port Adelaide.
Against Port Adelaide, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That's interesting. Well, it's now massive for them. So where are they in the 8, Freo? And if they win, where do they go? Lose, where do they go?
So Fremantle are currently in 6th position on the live ladder. So if they were to lose, JB, so Suns have a game in hand. Yep. So do the Giants. Giants' percentages, they could drop down to 8th.
All right, quickly, let's get down to Rowan Marshall. I think you've got him the drop.
Yeah, I've got him, JB. Rowe, geez, what a flip of the script. What was said at three-quarter time, mate? You look like a different team in that final term.
Oh, yeah, the way we were moving the ball was pretty average, to be honest. And, we just tried to open up the field, hit those 45s and then make the field big as it is at the MCG. So thought we were able to do that a lot better and lucky enough to hold on there in the end.
Why did it take so long? Why couldn't we see that snap into gear in the first half? Was it Richmond? Was it the instruction you were given?
Oh, I don't know. I wish I knew the answer, but we just had to grind away. Ross was pretty stern on us at half time that we just had to go back to playing our way, and we saw glimpses of it, but probably not enough. But 4 points is 4 points.
Without digging in too much, Ro, I've done a few Saints games over the last few weeks, and you tend to, in the first half especially, go sideways and backwards a hell of a lot instead of, and I saw many times today, you take a mark or someone for St Kilda takes a mark, they got grass in front of them but refuse to take it. Why is that?
It's definitely not part of our ball movement. We want to go forward it definitely more than we did tonight, and that was probably the frustrating aspect of it is, forwards and rucks and stuff that we just weren't taking in the contest. So, we'll work on that during the week, and we definitely had a lot more chances to do that.
And just quickly, Ro, last question here. Jack Steele, 200 games, obviously a huge club man down at St Kilda. Just sum him up in a couple of sentences for us.
Just such a reliable footballer. Just a brute in the contest. Real strong leader and someone that we look up to. And it was really good to get the 4 points from him totonight.
Oh, well done, Big Rosa. Enjoy it, mate.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Good work by you. Good work by the drop down there as well. We've got a 58-second. We can go now. Oh, sorry. Will was looking at me going, righto, we're good. And I'm thinking, righto, good. We are off, but not quite yet. And as I said, our man Lordo, even though he works for a rival station, Haileybury won the APS. They're undefeated. He got emotional. I like that, Ash.
Yes.
Showed what it meant to him. Freddie Brayshaw kicked a couple, I've just been told, so he had a half-decent afternoon, so well done to them.
Will he be heading to the party?
No control from his father. He's a rogue operator and it's his mother's fault. That's all I'm saying, and I'm saying nothing more. Well done to the Saints. Entertaining game of footy for most part here at the MCG. We are going to Sydney. Enjoy the rest of your weekend for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks, Saturday afternoon football.
That quarter for Totally Workwear. Footy, work, rain or shine, you play to win. Conquer it all in game-changing workwear or uniforms from Totally Workwear. Love your work.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick
in the morning.
I was in Fat Club for a while.
I was in Fat Club. What was Fat Club?
Fat Club was if your skin... you like this stuff, don't you?
I'm the king of Fat Club.
Fat Club was if your skin folds were over 50.
They just call it Fat Club?
It was called Fat Club. It wasn't called anything else.
First rule of Fat Club. No one talks about Fat Club.
Start your day with Mick in the Morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Ream, Australia's favourite hot water. Steady, hot and strong.
Never thought a cave would be a cause for investigation, Sarge.
Man cave, Jax. Some guy went in months ago searching for a better deal on his car and home insurance and never came out.
If only he did himself a favour and quoted with Budget Direct first. They've paid out over $1.5 billion on claims in the last 12 months.
Aye, he could have saved himself 1 billion hours searching too.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Issuer Auto and General Insurance Company Limited. Read PDS and TMD at budgetdirect.com.au to decide if product suits.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save is on now. Spend $4,000 will only charge you $2,750. Or spend $2,000 will only charge you $1,450. Or $1,000 will only charge you $750. Don't miss the National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save on now. So rush into a National Tile store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save. Conditions apply.
With Love Honey, you'll feel pleasure like never before. With thousands of top-rated toys, lingerie and more, feel the Love Honey all day long. Shop now at lovehoney.com.au. Discreet delivery, endless pleasure.
Sorry, pal, I can't walk you today. My head's pounding.
When pain means you can't, choose Maxigesic, the synergistic combination of paracetamol and ibuprofen that at maximum dosage is 78% more effective than paracetamol.
You know what, mate?
I can. Turn I can't into I can with Maxigesic, the smarter pain relief. Always read the label and follow directions for use. Incorrect use could be harmful. Research sponsored by AFT Pharmaceuticals, Daniels et al. 2018. Call 1-800-AFT-PHARM for a copy.
Stay comfortable all year round with Dakin and Cold Flow. Whether it's scorching summer or chilly winter, our energy-efficient systems keep you cosy. Plus, with huge VEU rebates, you can save big on your upgrade. Don't miss out. Call us today and enjoy perfect climate control in every season.
Hey, where's the interest on our savings account?
Meet the Maxwells. Their holiday fund has taken a hit.
March, 0 interest.
Didn't deposit enough.
April, 0 interest.
Didn't make 5 purchases.
It's ridiculous.
Seems like their bank had snuck in some extra baggage.
Right, that's it. Pass the laptop.
Which is why they're opening a Macquarie savings account, where their savings will finally earn a great rate with no hoops to jump through each month.
Okay, pack your bags.
Yay!
Search Macquarie Savings and say,
We bank with Macquarie.
T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs. Beacon Trade's got the fans, lights and switches to get it done. Partner up at beacontrade.com.au.
Round 22 action continues from the Gabba as a grey cloud cover sits atop the River City. The Brisbane Lions 4 quarters away from locking down finals football. A loss, and they still face an anxious run home to defend their 2024 premiership. Liam Flanagan here alongside Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black for this afternoon's game between the Brisbane Lions and the Sydney Swans. It's Triple M footy prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air. Good afternoon, Rock.
Flanners, how are you, mate?
I'm well. This is a banana peel game for the Brisbane Lions.
It is, yeah. It's a bit of a danger game. Obviously, we're just talking a little bit off air. We'll get down to Belinda Mallam a little bit later. But, yes, their defence is certainly undermanned, Brisbane. So, Sydney have been in pretty good form the last 5 or 6 weeks as well. You go back to the Western Bulldogs game, that was an arm wrestle, and then they've been pretty consistent since then and had the better of the Giants until they stopped in the third quarter. So it's a massive danger game on the road. We know what sort of form Brodie Grundy's in as well. He's been the number 1 ranked player, I think, over the last 7 or 8 weeks, polling 65 out of a possible 80 coaches' votes. So he's the number 1 ruckman in the game by a long way. As we sit here right now. So it's a massive ask, and we know that Oscar McInerney's not out there, that probably Lions' first selection. So in the centre bounce ruck. So it's a big challenge for the Lions, and if they want to finish top 4, finish top 2, they need to win this game of footy.
Simon Black, good afternoon to you. Lachie Neale not here today. That quad injury officially ruling him out for the rest of the regular season. Lions are going to look to have him cherry ripe for finals. What sort of a loss is he for this Lions mid this afternoon?
Yeah, good afternoon. It's obviously a massive loss. It's he's a 2-time Brownlow medalist, superb player, and has had another great season. So it's going to give other guys some more heavy minutes in there, which is great. I'd love to see Jasper Fletcher get a bit of a run inside this afternoon. Will Ashcroft will probably play a bit more in there. The Zach Baileys and probably Cam Rain a little bit more. But I would love to see Jasper Fletcher get a bit more of a run in there. And the other one I'm thrilled to see back this afternoon is Tom Dudo.
Yeah, making his club debut.
Debut, first game in over 2 years, would you believe? He's had 2 knee ACLs in his time in Brisbane, so it's been a pretty horrible couple of years up here since he's moved from Adelaide. So it's great to see him back out there and having a run around for his team and expecting a great game. It's going to, remember this one last year, it was one of the great home and away games. Brisbane got up by 2 points. It's going to be no doubt another cracking contest, I feel, this afternoon.
And obviously Ryan Lester also out of this Brisbane Lions side thanks to a concussion he suffered last week in the win over Collingwood. Lachie Neale, the other change for the Brisbane Lions. On the other side of the ledger, the Sydney Swans come into today's game with just the one change. Hayden McLean back into the side after going through the concussion protocol and missing last week at the expense of Peter Laddams. But let's get down to Belinda Mellon, because there is one more late change for the Brisbane Lions today. B for Bob Jane Seamarts. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello Flanders, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Sorry, a member of the crowd just came and actually tackled me that very minute. I don't know him at all, but that's okay, we're friends now. Yes.
What's going on, B?
Literally, I was just standing here and someone came up from behind me and just grabbed me. And
big Belinda Mellon fan.
I thought you were going to say big Belinda Mellon then. I was going to say, hang on, ease up. Anyway, back to that late change, boys. My goodness, what a distraction. It is Brandon Stasevich. Robertson comes into the side. So late change there. He has done his hamstring. So not the news that the Lions needed, that's for sure. A bit wet down here, a bit sticky under feet. So... and we've got more rain to come, so I'll just calm my nerves.
I'll tell you what,
keep my feet.
B, you compose yourself, do what you need to do. We'll come back to you down to the subs a little bit later. Bob Jane Seamarts, great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today, T's and C's apply. We just seen the toss happen in the middle. Harris Andrews and Callum Mills, the captains for this afternoon. Harris, a one-out captain this afternoon. For the Sydney Swans, Rock, this is obviously their finals chances are gone, but maybe a chance to upset the apple cart a little bit and get a bit of revenge on that 10-goal loss from last year's grand final.
I think so. I think they'll be setting themselves for it. Obviously, it's not going to give them all that much redemption. Brisbane has still got the Premiership Cup, but they were embarrassed on that day, and they've got a prime opportunity to ruin Brisbane's season this year and potentially push them out of the top 4. So they'll be fired up. They're getting back to somewhat their best. Their midfield's firing on all cylinders. Halfbacks getting involved, as we said before. Grundy through the middle as well. Papley in that front half. So they are a dangerous team still. And as I said before, their second half of the season's been quite good. So looking forward to this contest.
Players heading to their positions. The Lions will be kicking to the right of your radio dial for this one this afternoon. Blackie, your man Josh Dunkley, who you're a massive fan on, who does he go to around stoppages? Is it Warner, is it Heaney, or does he mind Goulden?
I think Heaney's probably the one when he's inside, and Warner when Heaney's forward.
All right, ready to get this one underway. Grey skies sit atop the Gabba for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. We might see some rain here throughout the afternoon as McCluggage gets the first clearance. A handball to Rayner is cut off. Heaney with the kick is marked towards back by Wilmot. Kick partially smothered. Got to Zorko, went back to Wilmot. Corridor of the Gabba. Sold some candy to Heaney. First inside 50 to the Lions. Wilmot drives it deep. Good position from Blakey. And takes a relatively easy mark in front of Big Henry Smith, who kicked 3 goals last week in a bit of a breakout game against the Pies. As the Swans link up through half-back. Jordan to Wicks. Kicks to a contest. Harris Andrews had his name written all over that. Centre wing intercept mark. Comes Corridor, and we know Zorko likes to look internal. Does Wilmot for disposal number 3 early stages. Triple M Red Z lending stats. Crazy to think how much footy that Darcy Wilmot has played in just his 3rd season, Rock.
Yeah, it's incredible. Since he came in those finals campaign, Premiership player, he's only one of 2 in the Lions Premiership defence.
Long driving kick inside forward 50. Logan Morris, talk about a hot hand at the moment. 6 goals, a career best last week against the Pies on the MCG.
As in out there today, Flanners. He's him and Harris Andrews are the only 2 that played in defence in that grand final, and Zorko, of course, as well, up as a high half backup.
Ball up. Free kick going to the Lions from the restart. Hugh McCluggage has it at 55.
Has to get his first All-Australian Guernsey this year. Blows up.
Lowers the eyes. Kicks to a dangerous spot. Rayner didn't quite get the right he was looking for. Mark not paid to Dunkley.
Well, I think on the Harvey Norman replay we'll see this should have been paid a mark, but I mean that's the reason McCluggage should be an All-Australian. Is his foot skills are superb inside 50. One of the very best kicks in the comp.
There he is. Quick kick out the pack.
Dunkley.
Josh Dunkley wasn't paid the mark. The football gods are smiling. He should have been paid the mark. Instead, he gets a goal from the restart. 20 metres out from the Brisbane Lions goal. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs. Beacon Trade's got the fans, lights and switches to get it done. Partner up at beacontrade.com.au.
Oh, he's a star, isn't he? Josh Dunkley, I should say. His aerial, his stoppage working tight, whether he's negating a player or his ability to get his hands on the ball. Hardly no replay there, Rock. His ability to get boot to ball there was as good as anything you've seen this year inside 50. That is just absolute first class from Josh Dunkley.
Certainly was. So quick. He just got the front position. I think it was McInerney in the end. Just gave up that front spot, and that's all you need. You only need half that metre. Players are that good these days have been able to get hand to foot.
He may well be leading the Lions BNF.
Should he be All-Australian?
There's a good push for him. I could make a good argument for him, that's for sure.
Get him on the selection panel.
Yeah. Simon Black, the fact that Queensland not represented on that All-Australian selection committee, I don't like it. Inside 50, the Lions go once more. It was Ashcroft with the clearance. Rayner sent the kick inside forward 50. It went out of bounds on the full. Free kick Swans, right back pocket.
Yeah, just what he brings defensively, isn't it? It's I know Chris Fagan and the coaching staff regard him so highly at the footy club. He may well believe in the BNF off field.
He's probably better internally judged than externally, because he does that defensive role as well.
McLean with a juggler at right half forward for the Swans. It was Blakey to Heaney down the outer wing. McLean falling over Harris Andrews. Managed to clutch the mark inside forward 50. Buller, Papley lurking. He'd love an early one to get involved. Tommy Papley, the little plumber, gets the hands to Campbell. Campbell to snap, to answer back for the Swans. He's hit the wrong side of the footy and he's missed.
Great chase from Jasper Fletcher, I think it was, down there. He came out of nowhere, just got a hand on his opponent, forced that kick just in for a ball and snuck it in.
Margin 5 points in favour of the Lions as Jasper Fletcher brings it back in. Harry Cunningham with the intercept, centre wing, right on the logos. Swans kicking to the left of your radio dial. Called to play on. Cunningham pulls the kick. Brody Grundy going back with the flight. Brought it forward against the couple. Warner through with strength. McInerney. Papley saw something square that he liked. McLean's not going to get to the contest. A good mark taken by Zach Bailey. Don't see a lot of Zach Bailey in D50.
Important role as a winger to be able to slide back and offer that defensively, and his body work then, Bailey, was outstanding.
Archie to Blakey, who that's probably a mismatch for the Swans, and Blakey knows it. Takes off, took the mark inside forward 50. Heaney marks 25 out, 20 around from goal.
That's Nick Blakey at his absolute best, and I think you're right. He senses the young fellow in Henry Smith he's playing on. There are already 2 contested marks he's taken on him, but what about just the drive of the legs once he took it? He just drove 10 metres, and that penetrating 45-metre kick right at the chest of Isaac Heaney. Beautiful footy from Blakey.
Talk about all Australians. He might not get there this year, but Isaac Heaney, he is an absolute bona fide star of this competition. Swans hit the front, 1-1-7, plays 1 straight 6, the Brisbane Lions, the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs. Beacon Trade's got the fans, lights and switches to get it done. Partner up at beacontrade.com.au.
Yeah, Isaac Heaney's outstanding, and he's probably one of the best in the competition, I think, as a midfielder that can push forward. So he does the centre square bounce, finds plenty of the footy, and then goes and isolates a matchup one-on-one. It was Fletcher that time. The kick was too good. It gave Fletcher absolutely no chance whatsoever, but Heaney gets to really dangerous positions. He's the Dustin Martin style that we see him creep into the game, where you take the centre bounce, hover around a little bit, but then you can isolate out of the goal square. And Heaney pushed forward really hard, so Brisbane are going to have to be alert to that, to watch the handover and make sure that they execute it.
He got the good deal. I can't remember what, I think it's Colgate, the product where he gets to take the hanger on Petrarca every time it goes on air too. Don't know how Christian feels about that. Ball back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Sheldrick couldn't get a clean kick away. Instead, Rayner sends it wide, but it's going to be marked by Wicks.
Christian might not see it. He might be flipping eggs or something in the kitchen.
Too busy cooking.
Instead of watching.
But I'm genuinely curious to know how they figured out who had to be the one that got sat on in that commercial. As Gardner takes a good intercept, defensive 50.
Toss of the coin, you reckon?
Yeah, well, I also can't...
Or whoever drew the shortest toothbrush.
I wonder whether Isaac said, I don't get hangers taken on me.
That's right.
Ashcroft called to play on. Balls it, centre half back for the Lions. Zorko's kick was lofted. Advantage paid downfield. Mark is taken right in the heart. Dunkley, 50 metres.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Goulden just made connection with Dane Zorko there.
So
don't know if there was a lot in it. Just went to stop his run, and Zorko is quite clever at doing this, just sucking and milking it for as much as he can, and Dunkley potentially go back and kick his second.
Dunkley took the mark in the heart of the Gabba. He's been marched to 30 out directly in front.
That's a 50 metre free kick.
That was a big 50. Dane Rampy squatting on the mark. It's an interesting tactic. Let's see if it pays off. Dunkley. Oh, he jumped forward too a little bit.
Got him.
I tell you what,
he got
the squat.
Frog out of the ground.
Ribbit. It was the Kermit. Dane Rampy, master of manning the mark. Josh Dunkley could have had the first 2 goals of the game for the Lions. Instead, the scores are level at 1-1-7 apiece on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard as Blakey sends it 65. Warner took a hang. Good mark. Swans are away and running. Oh, that was not a friendly handball for Goulden from Warner. Went back in to make amends. Got it to Goulden this time. Blakey, row bottom. Sheldrick from 55. It's a floaty sort of kick, and Harris Andrews saw it out of the sky.
Second poor kick by Sheldrick in 2 minutes. He really just needed to drive his legs and pump that long. He could break the 50 and have a shot. I don't know what he was doing.
Dane Zorko looks inboard every time. McCluggage then finds Hipwood. Centre circle. He's out. Big Logs coming off 6 against the Pies at the G. Yes, Blakes. Big mark. 30 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, just really slack defence there from Sydney. He snuck out the back. I don't know whether the interchange took place, but Morris was all by himself, and Blakey had to try and close late. Got a little check. Charlie Cameron protected the space as best he could, but Logan Morris, Triple M Harvey Norman replay, just snuck out the back. Sensational ball movement, though, from both teams. Sydney took on the corridor, opened Brisbane up, and then the other way, Dane Zorko's kick through the middle to McCluggage.
This young man is just 20 years of age, has a premiership to his name, and in game 39 has kicked goal 65. We are seeing the start of a very, very exciting career for Logan Morris as he puts the Lions 6 point in front on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, we saw that's his 41st goal for the year. He obviously had a massive night down at the MCG last week, kicking 6 against the Magpies, and he's getting more confident as the weeks go by, isn't he? He's a real presence up there. He knows the great forwards know where the dangerous space is, and they move in and out of it, and they come at the kicker very well. In that instance, he went back with a flight, sheer speed of ball movement through the middle of the ground for the Lions, allowed the pretty easy mark in the end for him, but he is such a talent. Whether it's on the ground or in the air, he just knows what he's doing.
Blackie, is there any danger at the end of his career that Logan Morris makes the Brisbane Lions most confident podium? As in, I have that at the moment to be Rockcliffe, Ackermanis and Jonathan Brown. That's the top 3 I have at the club all time.
Oh, Brownie had a bit more swagger at this. Yeah. Brownie's got him at the moment,
right.
but he's coming, isn't he?
You reckon he can knock off our man Rock?
Got a bit of cock. Oh, yeah, Rock walked into the joint. Pretty cock-a-hooch.
No, I didn't say a word for 12 months. I had to stand on Simon Black and cop him left, right and centre during pre-season. Just get black eyes every week, Flanners.
Didn't take long, Rock.
Oh, Will Mott's kick to Harris Andrews, right half back, was a bit iffy. Communication wasn't great with Marshall. Harris wanted Marshall to get the footy. Instead, he got wrapped up by Campbell, and I wonder if the skipper might have a word to young Sam.
Thanks, guys. Well, James Jordan's got the Hugh McCluggage matchup. We'll keep an eye on that one. McCluggage had 3 touches to this point.
Grundy brought it down. Jake Lloyd tackled as he tried to handball. McCluggage just ran away from Jordan. Got boot to ball down the line. Archie. Melican did really well to get back and fill the space. Hipwood front and centre to Dunkley. Hipwood on the non-preferred right. How does it look? Not bad, Eric. McCartan did well to get back and put it across the line for a boundary throw-in. Belinda Mellon, Bob J. Teammates. B, have you composed yourself?
Oh, I have. I just wanted to add, boys, I think it was Tom Rockcliffe then Daylight for the... but no, Dane Zorko's boys signalled to the physio, came from the ground, they've gone straight down to the rooms. Looks like he was signalling to his calf, so hopefully that's okay.
A concern early for the Lions. Dane Zorko, calf concern. Belinda Mellon, Bob Jane Teamarts as Levi Ashcroft sends it back inside forward 50 for the Lions. Blakey with a huge fist. McInerney did really well, bodied out Cam Rayner. Not too many on the list of people that have done that. Melican Handball. Caught in the tackle was Campbell. Free kick's going to be paid to the Swans. Logan Morris with a clumsy tackle.
That's concerns for the Brisbane Lions. If Dane Zorko goes down as well, with already the injuries they've got on the list at the moment, makes it very difficult premiership defence. If it's a calf, that's 4 to 6 potentially, so hopefully not. He's back up now. Might have just got checked, might be okay.
The old man injury, 36 years of age, Dane Zorko. Goulden took a good mark. Wilmot overcommitted. Created some space for the Swans now. Mills by hands. Sheldrick inboard. Lloyd lowers the eyes. Lead to the pocket is a good one. And the mark's taken by the second gamer. Young Jesse Detoli made his debut last week in the win over the Bombers. Kicked 2 behinds. And now he stands 25 out, deep in the pocket. A chance to kick his first AFL goal. Strawberry blonde matching nicely with the red of the Sydney Swans, and he's pushed this one across the face as well. Through for another minor score. So the wait continues for Jesse. Margin back to 5 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Great ball movement though from the Sydney Swans. They opened up the corridor and just took the game on, and I think it ended up being Lloyd who's got the match up here on Harris Andrew. Always
floating kick from Fletcher.
Done a good job. Ticked in favour Harris Andrews.
Didn't at all, did it? It was just a low flat one. Harris wanted over the back, and he probably could have squeezed his opponent under and ran off, but not a great kick.
And Harris just pointing to Jasper saying, kick it in the air on those ones.
We've got 3 foot on him.
Boundary throw in. You can see James Jordan fighting for spot on Hugh McCluggage. In the end, Levi Ashcroft did really well and earned himself a free kick. Well done, Levi Ashcroft. James Jordan won't be happy with that. So Ashcroft has it. You kind of forget this is his first season of senior football too.
He's just slotted in and hasn't looked out of place, has he? It's going to be a tight race for the Rising Star Award, but he's been so consistent throughout the year.
Cameron's kick to the centre unlocked the ground for Berry. Berry, centre half forward. Driving kick to the top of the square. McInerney with pace, took the footy, ran away. Florent got to be quick by hands. Goulden got through a tackle. Here's that handball link up from the Swans. Jordan, Sheldrick, pursued by Marshall, one of the best runners at the Lions. Sheldrick's kick was a wobbler again, but it lands in the lap of Campbell, who marks 30 out, 45-degree angle.
Oh, goodness, lucky for Sheldrick it did. He had the runner on the flyby, didn't he? They could have broken 50 and probably kicked from 30 at goal, but he was good enough in the end to find his teammate up there, and the young fella in Campbell was going to get a second shot at goal.
Jasper Fletcher, I'll get to it in a second. He's had a tough start to this game, and it's not. He's only made one mistake, but it's made out that he's made 3 or 4.
A lot of talk about Elwood Goulden's kicking skills, but this young man is just as good. Braden Campbell puts the Swans back in front. A seesawing affair, early stages, first term here at the Gabba. The Swans lead 2-2-14. The Lions 2-1-13 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Here's Simon Black on the Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off.
We see on the Harvey Norman replay, Sydney's intent is just to go through the middle of the corridor by hands, and they've been getting away with it so far in 3 or 4 instances. And again here, lovely, quick hands that enable the kicker in the end to find his teammate side forward 50. Love Errol Goulden. His ability to be able to find a teammate under pressure is as good as anyone in the competition, and Sheldrick then did a great job finding Campbell. Lovely start. Swans jumped down the blocks really well here. It's been a great contest.
Belinda Mellon, Bob Jane teammates.
Good news for the Lions is Dane Zorko's gone back on the ground. The physio came out from the rooms and gave a massive thumbs up to Chris Fagan. I tell you what, his smile was pretty big when he saw that.
Would he make the Brisbane most confident podium, Zorks?
He'd be up there with me. Yeah.
Champs, Zorks.
The Champs used to be
Brown.
after commentating with you for the last 18 months.
You broke the man. For McDonald's and Ream Water, Triple M Rocks footy.
Just get back to Jasper Fletcher. He made the kicking error coming out, but he got done on the lead inside 50 from an absolute bullet.
Oh, 50. That'll be 50 metres.
Dane Zorko just giving a silly run away there. An absolute bullet from Blakey, and then he had great positioning, and he gets a floater that goes and lands on his opponent's chest. So Fletcher off to a tough start, but Dane Zorko gives away a 50-metre penalty here, and it'd be a really good start for the Swans here.
Now, Angus Sheldrick has failed to find the centre of his foot with every disposal so far in this first term, and now he's been marched to 20 out directly in front. As Jake Lloyd just runs over and tells him where the middle of his foot is.
Take him out.
Plays with aggression, Angus Sheldrick. A chance to extend the Swans' lead. He's found the middle of his foot. He's found the middle of the goals. Swans kick out to a 7-point lead on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 3-2-20, Lions 2-1-13.
Yeah, Triple M Harvey Norman replay. There wasn't a lot in it. A quick kick forward. Dane Zorko got there slightly late on the contest. Just knocked the footy out. The kick actually went about 7 metres. So Zorko may have thought it didn't go the required journey, but going back there, it literally went. It didn't get off the cricket pitch. He kicked it on the cricket pitch and didn't get off the cricket pitches. And there's only 4 or 5 of them there. So he probably has a decent argument there, Zorks, but we know he's in the AFL's bad books and the umpires. I think he got a fine a couple of weeks ago, didn't he, for a little bit of abuse on the way off the ground. So a little payback maybe for Dane Zorko there.
Wonder if he gets fined when he abuses Fags. When they have their conversations on the bench.
Well, Belinda Mellon just said that Chris Fagan smiled. I don't believe it. He hasn't smiled for about 4 years.
He might have bit his tongue when he was chewing his chewy. Here comes the Lions from the restart. Ashcroft, wobbler. Oh! Huge contest. There's a massive players on the ground. 2 Lions and Sam Wicks from the Swans. Wicks is on his feet. It looks to be Archie and Henry Smith. We'll keep an eye on them. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Sam Wicks went into that 5 nothing and comes out 6 foot tall.
It was an ordinary kick inside 50 again, a floater. The ball might not be any good. Oh, he got a shove. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. It was the next one. So it was the second part of the contest. The initial one went past, and then I think it was Archie and Smith collide and crash.
It's actually the area Jonathan Brown had that horrible accident against Geelong years ago, and Archie then didn't need to go back with the flight either, did he? He went back and got collected by his teammates. Unfortunately, they're both up on their feet, and they're both going to leave the ground.
Yeah, Henry Smith is jogging towards the interchange gates. We'll get down to B as soon as the players get there. Looks like Archie is going to stay on the ground. Wicks as well. So Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Right now at Harvey Norman, get up to 20% off HB and Acer computers in-store and online. Don't miss these huge savings. Best prices guaranteed.
There's just no need to go anywhere near that contest, Bucky, is there?
No.
Archie, just stay out.
Boundary throw-in. Left half forward for the Lions. They trailed this one by 7 points. The Swans have started really nicely here in the River City on a gloomy Saturday afternoon. Dunkley, hands. Wilmot, inside forward 50. Couldn't get past Braden Campbell. Zorko fumbled. Then gave the footy away to Warner, who was taken high. Zorks
had his head taken off and then dumped him. He gave away about 3 free kicks in one incident, and then Zorko, and then has the cheek to ask the umpire what for.
He looks like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, Dane Zorko. Darcy Wilmot's taking a good intercept. Crowd calls for 50.
Depends what week it is. It should have been 50. Tapley came from behind and it was outside the area and then snuck into the zone.
Josh Dunkley has it, centre wing, near side. Called the play on, kick to Will Ashcroft. Wasn't the required distance. An interesting jump for the footy from Marshall. Didn't take the mark. Archie with a flying shot bends it back for a minor score. So the Lions move to 2-2-14, still 6 points behind the Sydney Swans on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. B, have you got an update on Henry Smith for us?
Henry Smith, they're checking the inside of his mouth. I wouldn't be surprised if he's knocked a tooth loose or has actually even lost one. It was quite comical. He is okay. I think they will just keep him on the bench for a while under concussion protocols. He's chatting, he's up, he's fine. The doctor tried really hard to inspect his mouth, but the height difference was so vast that he had to sit him down on the bench.
Free kick coming to the Swans, centre wing near side. Fletcher just got in the back of Braden Campbell. Henry Smith will be fine. He's from the tough suburbs of Blackwood in South Australia, in Adelaide. The Woods, played his junior footy there. I used to play against the Woods, Blackie.
Hard enough.
That was a scary place to play footy. Yeah.
When you used to have some feathers left.
Didn't have many then either. Papley, inside forward 50 for the Swans. A good weighted kick. Wanted Buller. Clever hands from Buller. Got it to Grundy. Row bottom, back to Warner. Corralled by Levi Ashcroft, forced backwards. Goes all the way, 40 metres backwards from Chad Warner. Finds Cunningham. Florent called the play on, not the required distance. Hooking kick, Harris Andrews remark. Red Z lending stats, Harris Andrews has been busy, Blackie.
I was just going to say, Triple M Red Z lending stats. Brodie Grundy's first touch of the ball was coming at the 22-minute mark after having 39 last week.
Yeah, career best last week in the win over the Bombers. We'll get to Harris Andrews' numbers shortly as the Lions youngsters link up by hands. It was Fletcher to Levi Ashcroft, then to Will. High kick. Archie was outsized and he gave the free kick away to McCartan. Advantage to be taken. Mills, the skipper, Gallops wants the switch. Kick's got to be precise. Gardner read it beautifully. Got to Papley. Ball sat for Buller. Handball's perfect. Finds Jordan. Wide. Goulden. If he gets on that left shoe, look out. He can't get
clever.
to it. Eventually, he got around Wilmot inside forward 50.
Wow.
That left is so razor sharp, and Braden Campbell has marked 20 out, 45-degree angle.
You could watch him all day, couldn't you, Errol Goulden? The composure he's got and his ability to be able to step off that left foot to get it around an opponent and then use that laser-like left shoe to find a teammate inside 50. It's just on the Harvey Norman replay. That's a treat to watch. Answer your question, Harris Andrews had the 3 intercept mark so far. He's got just the 3 kicks to go with it. Leading possession getters for the Lions. Wilmot was 6, Dunkley was 6, Ashcroft was 6.
Braden Campbell has one. And he's pushed it. Opportunity missed for Braden. 3-3-21 the Swans, 2-2-14 the Brisbane Lions. We played 23 minutes first term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Red Zeds for the Sydney Swans. Chad Warner leading the way with 7, Sheldrick 6 and James Jordan 5.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed, redzed.com. As Zorko brings it back in for the Lions. McLean dropped the mark.
Straight through his head.
The other thing just then about Errol Goulden is Darcy Wilmot did everything right to keep him off his left.
Slowed down, did everything, and then he just sold a bit of candy and lost his footwork. So we have seen a bit of surface rain out there as well. So lost his footing, but it was a great call from you, Flanners. Don't allow him to get to that left. It's lethal, and he got to it, and it was lethal.
Boundary throw in, left half forward for the Swans. Ashcroft with another clearance. Will's finding some form at the right time of the year. Last year's Norm Smith medalist. Eric Hipwood has the football, centre wing. He's just going to drive it towards 50. Marshall caught behind Cunningham, brought it forward, Rampy. Hands to Jordan, wide. Cunningham held his width, created the opportunity. Sheldrick, a wandering kick forward. McLean allowed it to bounce. Oh, Duday almost got to him. McInerney from 50 lowered the eyes, pulled the kick, and found Buller waiting in the pocket all by himself. 5 out from the line. He'll be forced back on a tight angle left forward pocket.
Just impressed Sydney, their ball work, ball movement off half back rock, isn't the ability to link up by hands and the speed on the ball is electric.
It's been sensational. When they've got it to that corridor, they've looked for it every time.
Jack Buller doesn't qualify for Tom Rockcliffe's 200 centimetre rule. 199. Oh, and he's nailed it. The Swans kick away. 4-3-27, a 13-point margin in favour of the visitors. The Lions 2-2-14. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Still 3.5 to play. First term at the Gabba on a Saturday afternoon.
See Eric Hipwood coming from the ground. It was that passage of play that let the Lions down. Then he took that mark from the stoppage clearance. He was good enough to get a couple of metres, but he had the long one-on-one straight away. Logan Morris had a bit of space. He should have gone. He decided just to slow it down, wait for it to open up. Nothing opened up. Went long to the contest, but by that time Sydney got the numbers behind the footy. Charlie Cameron's just come onto the ground and informed him on the way off as he ran past him, just get it moving, get it going. So Charlie's taken over that role almost, the Joe role in the front half, trying to set him up, and it may have affected his game somewhat, but he's on the money right there. Eric Hipwood just roll and go. You've got the long one-on-one. Logan Morris, that's what you want, but Sydney, great play off the back of that.
Ball back in the middle, and don't forget Macca's big arch has now arrived at Macca's. The Swans have arrived at the Gabba on a gloomy Saturday afternoon as McCluggage finds Ashcroft. Will, inside forward 50. Archie went with the one hand, got in the road of Smith. Here's Charlie Cameron. Can't get away from Harry Cunningham. One of the few blokes that can go with him for speed on the ground, Blackie.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, the wily veteran in Cunningham. He's got great pace, hasn't lost any over the years. And yeah, Charlie Cameron hasn't had a massive season. He's struggling to get involved, particularly the last month, but hopefully this afternoon he can get a bit of confidence.
Boundary throw in, Lions forward 50. He's on the move here. Archie gave it to him. Charlie skirting the boundary. No, he didn't stay in. Like a wide receiver, toe tapping the white line, Rock.
Just needs to play his game. I think he plays best when he's playing on instincts and not worry too much about setups and the like. Just go out there and play, Charlie. I think that's what the message would be from Stuart Dew and his forward coaching meetings. Just go and do your thing. You're superb when you do it. Don't overthink it.
Well, Heaney's minding Cam Rayner at this boundary throw, and inside forward 50. Cam Rayner got the football, dropped it at the last moment. McCluggage went back in after it. Wicks went off the ground. Goulden, wobbly kick. Fletcher wrapped up by Rowbottom. There's no shrugging those tackles, and we'll have a ball up. 45 from the Brisbane goal. 13 points the margin. 3 minutes left to play. First term. Rain threatening. But as yet, some dry football to be played. Goulden with a clearing kick. Warner caught in the hand by Duday. Papley caught in a tangle with Bruce. Handball forward. Here's Chad Warner streaming towards goals. The Swans are looking to put the upset on the Brisbane Lions here. They might have lost the grand final last year, but they are making life difficult for Fags and his men this afternoon. 5-3-33, the Sydney Swans. The Brisbane Lions, 2-2-14, 19 points behind Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Just sat and waited, didn't he? Brucey revealed there. He was all by himself. He didn't attack the footy, and it took a crooked bounce for him. Bounced sideways. Papley came out of nowhere. A good chain of handballs again, Blackie.
Oh, Papley's ability to fight through that tackle was just first class. That was just brilliant on the Harvey Norman replay. Just love the way they're going through the middle of the ground. They're just taking the game on, and they're catching Brisbane out in their own game here at the Gabba by sheer quality of their hands and speed of ball movement through the middle. It's fantastic to watch. The Swans are on. They are really on this afternoon, and the Lions are going to have to step up if they're going to match them.
14.5 wins is what the Brisbane Lions have right now. One more and they guarantee finals, but arguably the most difficult run home of all the top 8 sides. They take on Fremantle next week and the Hawks after that. A loss here today. Suddenly those games look even scarier as Jordan drives it inside forward 50 for the Swans once more. Harris Andrews came with authority. Zorko wrapped up Heaney. Quick clearing kick for the Lions. Logan Morris trying to get involved. Coming up the ground, Nick Rewalt Styles. There's a Swans player down in a heap on the outer side. We'll keep an eye as the ball still remains in dispute. Goulden fighting for it. McLean off the ground. He's put it out of bounds on the foot.
It was Lloyd. He just got tunnelled in a contest there on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Accidental from Berry, but just took his legs out from under him. They were both watching the footy.
The air disappearing from Jakey Lloyd's lungs momentarily. He's back on his feet. Blakey with a huge high spoil. Dunkley with a strong tackle on Tolley, and we'll have a ball up centre wing outer side of the Gabba. 5-3-33 Sydney, 2-2-14 the Brisbane Lions. Chris Fagan said during the week, 15.5 wins last year got them 5th. This year, it's what they need to guarantee finals.
There's a lot on the line as well because the bottom 8 teams are so far behind this year. To finish top 4, you're going to have to. Brisbane are going to have to win all 3 on the way home. So they've started not as well here. Sydney, to their credit, have come out fired up.
Bailey, clean hands. Will Ashcroft back to Bailey. Brucey Reville going to get caught. Got it moving to Berry. Oh, he tried to disappear into the turf. Lucky. He has manufactured a free kick there. He dropped to his knees. McInerney was clumsy. The kick. The ground has opened up, though, for the Lions. Darcy Wilmot waltzes into 50. The defender just pokes one home. Important goal in the last 90 seconds of this quarter for the Lions. 3-2-20. They cut the margin back to 13 points over the Swans. 5-3-33, Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Oh, they need that one, didn't they? Darcy Wilmot loves running off half back, and he loves having a shot at goal. He's such a quality finisher. Lovely piece of babes. Jared Berry, they're very fortunate to get a free kick. He did duck into that, and quite unlucky to Sydney Swans, but Ashcroft involved there, got the 45 little hit up, and then he handballed out to Darcy Wilmot, who was in about 20 metres of space, and all he had to do was knock it over from about 45 metres out, and he kicked truly.
And if that had been Jack Ginnivan instead of Jared Berry...
Oh, it wouldn't have been paid. And it shouldn't have been paid, but, I mean, the umpire can only pay what he sees out there, can't you?
Yeah. So the ball is back in the middle. There's still a minute left to play in this first quarter. The Lions have been jumped. Still enough time to answer back. The hit from Fort was perfect. Will Ashcroft showing his class, showing his pedigree. Driving inside forward 50. Blakey read it best off the boot.
He's had a good start on Smith, hasn't he? He's taken the 3 intercept contested marks against Smith. That one's probably doesn't go down as a contested mark, but had the matchup right. You'd think that's the area where Smith would actually get him done.
Blakey's just run all of 50 metres and he's turned the football over. Still time on the clock as Fort drove it back inside forward 50. Didn't get to Logan Morris, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 45 around from the goals for the Lions.
Ready, Darcy. Hold the meter, please.
They just need to hold here, Sydney. They can't give up another goal. They've had the dominance of the first quarter. You don't want to go in only 7 points up. They deserve at least a 2-goal, if not bigger lead at quarter time.
Tom Rockcliffe, Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments this afternoon. alongside Simon Black as the Swans again work it through hands. Cunningham's kick, loose. Berry couldn't complete the mark. Goulden to Detoli. The kick into the corridor. This will just about do us. Harris Andrews has Mark. There's time enough if they move it quickly. Dunkley fumbled. Needs to get a kick. Mark will take time. Oh, Ashcroft slides to his knees. 45 out directly in front with the clock counting down. The siren will sound. And Will Ashcroft will go back to cut the margin to 7 points. A scoreline which would flatter the Lions, Blackie.
Yeah, it sure would. Dean Cox, the Sydney coach, will be filthy with that. They have dominated this first quarter, been fantastic, the Swans. But, Brisbane, as they can score quickly, lots of threats to go. And Josh Dunkley, lovely little hit up here to Will Ashcroft.
Gold Coast Suns said he didn't deserve the Norm Smith medal. That is a wobbly old kick from Will Ashcroft. Registered a score, not the one he wanted. A minor score to the Brisbane Lions. 3-3-21, so they will trail the Sydney Swans by 2 goals at quarter-time break. Simon Black, Belinda Mellon, Tom Rockcliffe and Liam Flanagan, your call team for this one. Saturday afternoon in the River City for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs. Beacon Trade's got the fans, lights and switches to get it done. Partner up at beacontrade.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks footy.
the Big Arch Burger has now arrived at Macca's. You love Triple M footy on the weekend. And the footy doesn't stop on Triple M's rush hour.
How good is footy, my friend? Brilliant.
With star players.
Kamza.
Thanks for having me on.
Connor Rosie.
Hey boys, how you going?
And breaking down coach speak.
Can I ask you about Sam Mitchell's response?
It can't be a yes, but it was a not no.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Triple M's rush hour. Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M, the multi-award winning Ford Ranger. Number 1 and still not done.
Amazon Music has everything you want to listen to. Music, podcasts, and now audiobooks. All in one app. Amazon Music Unlimited. Audible is now included. Terms apply.
I've installed aircons of every kind. Some buzz, some break, some sound like lawnmowers. But Braemar's Dominator series? Quiet, smart, fully reverse cycle, energy efficient, and great with rooftop solar. Helps offset running costs.
Harness the power of Australian-made innovation. Upgrade to Braemar's all-electric Dominator series. Perfect air conditioning for homes switching from gas. Built to work with existing ducting. And eligible for Victorian energy rebates. Experts recommend Braemar.
When did dinner become a 5-hour cooking challenge? Forget that. Every Plate's deliciously simple meal kits are affordable, fuss-free, and ready in as little as 15 minutes. Every Plate. Get stuck in.
Australia's on a journey to a renewable future, and Alinta Energy is on board. Right now, a blend of renewables, coal and gas gives you more reliable and affordable energy. We're committed to leaving coal and gas behind as soon as possible, which is why we built the Yandon Wind Farm and are working on $10 billion worth of new Australian renewables. Meanwhile, we'll always be clear about how to get to net zero. That's true power. Alinta Energy.
The Big Arch has arrived at Macca's. 2 100% Aussie beef patties, 3 layers of cheese and tangy Big Arch sauce. It's big. New Big Arch for big Macca's hunger. Available after 10:30am.
As part of Victoria's Big Build, we're removing 110 dangerous and congested level crossings, with 87 already gone. While we work, buses replace trains on sections of the Cranbourne, Pakenham and Werribee lines from early to mid-August. Buses also replace trains on the Frankston and Stony Point lines from mid to late August. Avoid delays and check before you travel at bigbuild.vic.gov.au. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Mum, I found the perfect job match on Seek.
Go on.
Listen, looking for a dental enthusiast for sought-after chief tooth fairy role, nights only.
Oh, my daughter, the CTF.
For the best job matches. And you shall find.
Go Harvey Norman for up to 20% off HP and Acer computers. Save $120 on Acer Aspire Lite laptop with Intel Celeron processor. Now a hot $328. Or upgrade to Acer Aspire Lite laptop with Intel Core Core i5 processor and 16-inch screen and save $250. Now $648. Save $600 on HP 15S laptop with AMD Ryzen 7 processor and 1TB storage. Now under $1,000. Don't miss up to 20% off HP and Acer. Now at Harvey Norman.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Quarter time at the Gabba in the River City on a gloomy Saturday afternoon. And the Sydney Swans with a 12-point lead over the Brisbane Lions. After one quarter of footy, the Swans jumped the better. Liam Flanagan here alongside Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black, and Bob Jane Teamart's boundary side, Belinda Mellon. Good afternoon.
Hello, gentlemen. It was an interesting tangle between Errol Goulden and Dane Zorko very late in that quarter. They wrestled a little and then Zorko threw out a leg. Goulden threw out a leg and Zorko went absolutely flying. I tell you what, Goulden might be a little lighter in the pocket if the cameras caught that. Brett Kirk went out and spoke to Errol Goulden, told him just to cool his jets. So keep an eye on those two coming into this term, boys. Zorko also got his calf Achilles worked on by the physios during that term. So obviously a little niggle there, but he will take his place on the field.
Nice work, B. Bob Jane Teamart's a great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Kirky may be just saying to Errol not to tangle with one of the best when it comes to niggle in the game. I wouldn't waste your time on Dane Zorko. I think that's a battle you can't win.
He's a little antagoniser, isn't he, Zorks? He loves that, but it was a cracking first quarter. It was a great contest. Sydney have come to play, leading some of the real key stats here in the contested possessions plus 10, uncontested possession plus 13, and the inside 50s, 5 marks in that first quarter alone. Their ball use off half-back rock was superb.
Yeah, it certainly was, taking the corridor. See their shift now, Dunkley on the inside, going to Heaney there to try and limit his impact. He had a fast start. He got Sydney going as well, so Warner's the other one through that midfield. For the Swans that got him up and going in that first quarter.
The two number 5s stand alongside at the restart for the second term for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. Cal Mills has the footy off half-back. Here's Heaney. Gave it back to Mills. Kick forward is marked in a juggling attempt by Wilmot. Played on quickly. Zorko chased down by Sheldrick. Got the kick away. Dunkley marked in front of Grundy. Chose to play on. Will Ashcroft been busy. Kick inside forward 50. Cameron didn't judge it. Got over the back in the hands of McCartan. Now Mills. The pressure from the Lions forwards is good. Charlie's lost a boot. He's bootless. He's down to a sock. His orange boot has been left in the forward pocket. Meanwhile, the ball has managed to find its way outside forward 50. Florence kick is going to be intercepted by Gardner. Couldn't take it cleanly. Buller dropped it. Ford. Reveal. Charlie's still bootless. He's still got one shoe on. Good mark taken going back with the flight by Hipwood. And finally, Charlie jogs over to pick up his bright orange fluoro boot.
They ended up turning over Sydney with their kick, but their hands in that back half, they took the game on. And
weren't they special?
They looked like they were going to get done about 15 times. Great call, Flanners, but they just found a way to get out, and then the turnover kicked it long, and Big Eric on the wrong side for a left footer, but he executed the right foot really sweetly earlier in this game. So here we go.
Tom Rockcliffe backs him in. Eric. Eric.
Wow.
He's been kicking on the wrong foot all this time. Eric with a ripping goal from the boundary to give the Lions the ideal start to the second quarter. 4-3-27. They cut the margin back to 6 points. The Swans 5-3-33. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Oh, Hipwood, he cops a lot of flack for his goal kicking ability, Rock, doesn't it? But that non-preferred from the boundary, so his right foot, the curl on that kick from 35 metres out was as exceptional, as good as you'll see, wasn't it?
He actually executed it like a right footer, and just goes to show that 90% of our games between the ears most of the time, he hit one early in the game that was really sweet on his right boot. You get a bit of confidence from it, goes back and executes the skill perfectly. So a lot of the time, particularly goal kicking, it's all between the head that you get yourself into trouble.
Eric's just being looks like he's being talked to by that goal umpire. Now, we've had this goal umpire before. He loves to get involved with the game.
Get his whistle out.
Ball is back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. This is a goal umpire who wants to be a field umpire here tonight at the Gabba. We'll find out his name.
He imposes himself every time.
He loves a wander out of the goal square.
Get back here, and then he gets up to about 45 out, some centre square bounces, almost gets run over.
Eric's telling him, I'll give you my autograph after the game. Ball up Centre half forward for the Lions. They trail by 6 points. Zorko fumbled. Caught.
I didn't even know they had whistles in their pocket until that day when he whipped it out.
We were standing here and we thought, he's nicked a whistle. He's brought his own to the game. And then we had it explained that they actually get given them. As Berry got it to Bruce. Inside forward 50. Melican chops it off though. Bruce slow to get to his feet. And his proppy, Warner, goes corridor. He's turned the footy over. Dunkley read it beautifully. Took a mark in the centre circle. Run comes from behind. Zorko went the second option to the pocket. McCartan closed beautifully on Marshall. Tommy McCartan, milestone game this afternoon, finds Goulden. Tom McCartan out there playing game 150.
Seen his brother present his jumper to him as well today. Oh, that's about time.
Errol Goulden with a costly mistake. Turned the footy over in the worst possible spot. Will Ashcroft, the beneficiary, to the line. Oh, Logan! You can't do that, Logan!
And then put the hand straight up.
Logan Morris has just shown his full forward cheek.
Forward mentality.
Talk us through that, Simon Black.
Well, I'm going to defend him because he's running back for the goal. Ashcroft, for those not in the stadium, Ashcroft, the ball is going to be a goal, a clear goal, but Logan Morris has marked it a metre out. And I'm not quite sure, Rock, whether he knew his orientation on the field. Is that fair to say, or you thought he knew exactly what he's doing?
He had a look. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. He had a quick head check. Realised he was on the goal line.
He's a selfish forward there.
He knows what he was doing.
Will Ashcroft's kick was going straight through the middle. Logan Morris said,
you know how close it was, Flanners? The goal umpire almost called for the score review. He wanted to go to the arc to see if Logan took it in the field of play or over the goal.
Logan Morris said, just in case you weren't sure who the big dog was, watch me mark this as it goes through the middle. He's gone back and kicked his second. Scores are level, 5-3, 33 apiece. Logan Morris with a big old smile on his face. Sheldrick has the football. Driving kick inside forward 50 for the Swans. Pack forms. Ball comes to ground. Marshall chased to the football by Jordan. Went to ground. Gave Jordan the opportunity. Heaney from the pocket. Bending ball. It's going to miss near side. Minor score. And that is the difference in the game. 1 point. 5-4-34 the Swans. 5-3-33 the Lions. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
So Res Ed's Lenny stats. Brodie Grundy, first ruckman ever to have 39 touches last week. Just the one to this stage of the game.
Brodie's cooled off as the Lions have worked it methodically down the field. That is something straight out of the textbook. And Will McLaughlin will go back to kick for goal from 40 out. Not much angle to speak of.
Takes pretty special players to go back-to-back on 40s and high 30s, Blackie. We know that. It's not an easy thing to do. But Logan Morris, he must have something in his contract. I've just worked it out. He must have to kick 50 for the year or something. So that's why he's taking that mark on the goal line. He's up to 42, so seen a freebie right there.
Will McLaughlin, just game 6 of senior football. Opportunity in one of the 2 changes into the side this week. He's nailed it. He likes it. It's not a bad time to start performing in the senior side for the Brisbane Lions. Will McLaughlin gives the Lions back the lead. 6-3-39. They lead the Swans 5-4-34 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Yeah, Triple M Harvey Norman replay. It's Brisbane's ability to use their hands to get from one end of the ground to the other. They executed it perfectly. And quick slingshot footy. It started with Zorko and they made their way, Rayner, and then just hits up beautifully there. Takes an uncontested mark inside 50. Rayner, he hasn't touched it all that much in this game, but we know how damaging he can be in the front half of the Brisbane Lions. So ideally, I think you should play out of the goal square and out of the centre square bounce. And as we see a bit of rain starting to come down here at the Gabba as the fans make their way undercover.
Oh no, B. Let's get down to B for Bob Jane T-March. Is the poncho out, B, as they'll recall that bounce because it was crap?
I'm just getting it out as we speak. I had to stop and grab the microphone, so I'm ducking for cover very soon. It's coming down hard, and I don't think it's going to abate anytime soon.
No, B, you stay there on the fence line, please.
She's up in the stats box. She didn't even know it was raining.
She's making the weather sounds with her mouth. Gardner, centre half back with the Lions, driving it to Brucey Reville. Archie couldn't get up and complete the mark. McCartan flew off half back, too fast for the football. Stepping into it was McInerney. Sheldrick, quick hands. Goulden now in some space. Handball to Grundy. The flying ruckman from 50. Let's fly. And Harris Andrews is waiting to take the last line of defence intercept mark. Oh, a little bit of a wobbly kick. Finds Will. Rock was never. Oh, no!
Ashcroft just had his head taken off, otherwise it was a turnover right in the corridor.
Levi got one around the chops from Rowbottom. Zorko finds Bailey, centre half back. Zach Bailey with the football. Called the play on. Pull the kick wide. McCluggage working into space with Marshall. Cunningham should cover both for speed. Marshall taken over the line by Florent. We'll have a boundary throw in.
It's the worst when you're getting tagged. Hugh McCluggage just gets a bit of space and then the kick doesn't hit, and then he gets someone else to come up to him. I think it was Cunningham pushed forward really hard, but McCluggage had done all the hard work to break the tag, and then the kick just misses.
Good sides do that, don't they, Rock? If you get off the tag, another one's there to cover you.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. A couple of blokes that I reckon they got tagged just a bit in their careers. Simon Black and Tom Rockcliffe as Rowbottom puts one out of bounds on the full. Who was your toughest marker, Rock?
I think Carazzo.
The Carrots.
Yeah.
He was good underrated, wasn't he?
Yeah, just got it done.
Strong ball, strong body.
You went through the purple patch, the golden generation of taggers, Simon Black.
Love to play today, Flanners.
You had Corns, you had Crowley,
Lingy. We got the
Sydney
runner, Kirky out here. Kirky was a good competitor.
Baker, you would have had Stevie Baker a little bit.
He was an animal.
Still got claw marks from some of those contests. As Duday takes the intercept mark to a warm round of applause from this Brisbane crowd.
Yeah, this is his first possession.
A first kick as a line for Tommy Duday. Inside forward 50. Hipwood rose up. Rampy, good fist down. Marshall collected in the tackle. Tatoli got a hold of him. Got a kick away, Marshall. Hipwood flying through without the football. Goulden lost it. Conditions starting to become a bit slick here on the Gabba as Cunningham puts that wide, and this will be called sufficient attempt. He was slung as he kicked it. Boundary throw in left half forward.
It's great to see Tom Duday back, as it's over 2 years since he's played AFL footy, and coming up here, they speak of it in glowing terms of potential captain leadership sort of personality and character, so it's great to see him back out there on the field.
797 days it's been since his last senior game of footy for the Adelaide Crows. He's commentated as many games of Brisbane Lions footy as he's played for them. He did one for us last year, didn't he, Rock?
He snuck up here in the comms box, but he's done well, hasn't he? I mean, he was about to play.
Zorko out of the stoppage. Good fist came from Rampy late on Archie. Darcy Wilmot, surely not two in the first half. Darcy loves it! He's celebrating like he's Tom Papley. Lions have responded. They trailed by 12 points in the first quarter. Fags has had words at quarter time, and they have answered the call. They've extended their lead back out to 9 points on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
All right, let's go back to the source here. Will Ashcroft, let's get said about Will Ashcroft, but for mine, his greatest strength is his speed of his hands. We see here in the Harbour Newell replay, contested situation, just his ability to go pop out to Dane Zorko. Here it comes now, Rock. I mean, the hands there to find his teammate. And Zorko, we know how good with the ball he is, but that's what set up Darcy Wilmot to have a shot at goal. Will Ashcroft, his sleight of hands is extraordinary.
Yeah, amazing. Then what his handball, his brother that won at a ground level as well. So they're going to be damaging for a number of years. I think Will's pretty close to re-signing as well for a long period of time for the Brisbane Lions. So lock him away. But his hands absolutely elite in that contest then on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
I don't reckon Darcy Wilmot would be staying silent about the fact that he's kicked two and Tom Papley hasn't got a single one yet. Direct opponents this afternoon. Not too often Tommy Papley has to put up with someone who's kicked two on him.
Very rare. Very rare that happens.
Boundary thrown right half forward. Don't forget, built tough Roz conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a ream. The Lions lead it by 9 points.
They're like Goldberg, the goal-kicking half-backs, aren't they? Remember one night in 99, Wayne Carey, Justin Lepage. Carey kicked 5 and Lepage kicked 4 off half-back.
Oh, Fletcher with a big rise in the heart of the Gabba. We're going to have a ball up. Belinda Mellon, Bob Jane teammates, Hugh McCluggage.
Yeah, he's put a scare through the Lions camp, boys. He got a knock to the inside of the left knee, had to stop, and compose himself as he was coming off the ground. He's gone straight down the room to the physio. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, so just coming back up now, but not moving all that well.
Huey McCluggage, a man who most consider to be a lock for an All-Australian Blazer, a first All-Australian Blazer this year.
If he doesn't, there is something wrong. Like, the conspiracy theories are already out there. He should have been probably 2 or 3 as a wingman already. If he doesn't this year, there's something seriously wrong with that selection panel.
Levi Ashcroft inside forward 50 for the Lions. Cunningham to Mills. Melican goes backwards. Blakey has the ball.
Outside 5, ball again.
Deepest part of the ground, Nick Blakey. He's had the better of Henry Smith early stages, and it's been a source of attack for the Swans. He has to come near side. There's little on for him down the corridor. Heaney v Gardner. Heaney did well, protected the drop zone, couldn't complete the mark. Dunkley's going to send it back inside forward 50 for the Lions, and a mark almost taken, a juggling attempt by Marshall. Grundy shoveled the handball to Wicks with some speed and pace and dash and run. Finds McInerney, then catches back up to him, goes wide. The handball from McInerney was a dirty one to Campbell. Then a bit of miscommunication between Buller and Braden. Campbell lowers the eyes, left foot. Kick was perfect. Dunkley closed late on Heaney. Good spoil. Wilmot mops up. Gardner wide. Oh, he overcooked it. And Braden Campbell is marked where the boundary line meets the 50 arced outer side of the gubba.
It's great work again from Sydney. We've seen that chain of handballs through the corridor. Just the second last one just missed its target. They were good enough to tidy it up, and Isaac Heaney pushed so hard forward. Set up here.
Campbell didn't have the journey from there. Went to the dangerous spot, 20 out from goal. Heaney and Buller involved. Papley from the boundary bends it to the goal line. It's going to be thumped through for a minor score. 5-5, 35 the Swans. They cut it back to a 10-point margin. 45 plays 35. We've still got 11 minutes to play in the second term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
It's a harder brand of footy to play, particularly when it gets a little bit wet. But the chain of handballs, Sydney, they need to take the game on. That's how they set their lead up in that first quarter. Get through the corridor, use their hands at every opportunity. Try and outspeed Brisbane at their own game.
Triple M Red Z leading stats. Will Ashcroft's numbers, Blackie.
Yeah, Will's leading the way for the Lions with 17. Wilmot 13, Dunkley 13. For the Swans, Cal Mills with 12, Sheldrick with 11, and James Jordan 10.
Zorko just like a slingshot came off the bench and ran around the back of Harris Andrews for the handball. And here we see Henry Smith, 3 goals last week against the Pies. Going to drop it to the top of the square. Logan Morris ran around the front for front and centre. No one went up for the mark. But clean, uncontested.
This is the first quarter of this instance here where they were so good off deep in their back line, moving the ball. At the moment, a bit more stagnant. Brisbane's setting up really well defensively.
Buller did well in the contest, brought it to ground for Papley. Papley's kick. Warner has to commit, put 2DA on his back. Now it bobbles for Andrews. Chad Warner, a one-man wrecking machine. Harris Andrews, calm, composed. Finds Fletcher. Fletcher, backwards handball. Marshall, corridor kick. Finds Zorko. Oh, gee, he's made to earn it, Dane Zorko. He has been made to earn it, and Chad Warner with a wry smile. It almost feels like he was happy to give the 50 away, and Zorko is going to be marched for a shot on goal.
Second time he's got him today, Warner. I don't know what Zorko's grabbing there, whether it's his rib. Yeah, I think it is. Oh, that's a bit of concern. He's caught one. Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
Tom McCann.
Oh, it's almost in the back, so rib, kidney, hip and shoulder. Oh no, the second one from Warner coming in. His butt, his glute right on the ribs, so up high.
Zorko is catching his breath. The mark is going to be set, 40 from goal.
You don't need that at 36 years of age, Lucky.
36, he's a tough little bugger, isn't he?
Didn't get drafted till he was 32. Zorko. Oh, he hasn't got his breath back. He's pushed that one wide. Missed the lot, in fact. No, minor score. It snuck in for a behind. Lions move to 7-4, 46. 11 points ahead of the Sydney Swans, 5-5, 35. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. 9 minutes left to play second term.
Huey McCluggage has just come back on as well for the Brisbane Lions.
Good news there. Concerns of a knee injury for McCluggage, but he's back out there as Blakey. Drives it back in to play. Dunkley weighted down. There's Ashcroft's hands. Rayner caught with the football. Free kick Swans. No advantage to be taken. Rowbottom, one of the best tacklers the game has seen. James Rowbottom squares it, finds Mills. Cam Rayner has been quiet. Triple M Red Z Learning Stats as McInerney marks at right half forward.
Spot on, Flanders. Just the 4 touches to this point in the second quarter.
I just think they're playing him as that high half forward. He gets lost. He's either got to come out of the goal square or be in the middle for me.
Mills and McInerney. Just stat padding as Heaney. Did he mark it in play? Boundary umpire said he did. The fans think he didn't.
Heaney's hands for his size are as good as you've ever seen, aren't they? He's fantastic the way he clunks when there's a defender right on him. He's so clean.
They used to talk about Jimmy Bartell as being one of the good marks for his size, and Isaac Heaney, I think he might have a little bit more elevation than Jimmy ever did, as he bends that one around absolutely perfectly. He turns to salute the few Swans fans that have turned up at the Gabba, and he's brought them back to within 5 points. 7-4-46 the Lions, 6-5-41 the Swans. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Rock, was that better than Hipwood's one down this end 10 minutes ago? That was a hell of a on the non-preferred foot for the boundary from Heaney. That was exceptional.
It's just as good, isn't it? I think you probably expect Heaney more likely to do it. I think he's done it a fair bit throughout his career, more skillful player, but both great execution, and Heaney goes back and nails it. But speaking about Cam Rayner and his limited impact on this game, he needs to go and watch Isaac Heaney's highlights and just do what he does. Go into the centre square bounce, find your footy there, and then go to the goal square. He's got hands just as good as Heaney in the front half, and he's done it a couple of times tonight already, Isaac Heaney, as we've seen. So Cam Rayner, I reckon he could be just as good, if not, if he just followed that pattern.
Well, he's heard you, mate. He's gone into the centre bounce.
Can Cam Rayner get himself into this game as Dunkley is slung in the tackle by Chad Warner, who is physically imposing himself on the contest. Handball wide from Mills, put it out in front of Goulden. Fed it back to Cunningham. He'll want to get back to Gordon on his left. Down the line kick. Heaney got up high, got over the back to Jordan though. Marks on Zorko, 60 from home, wheels around, sends it in deep. McLean's the target against Brucey. Reveal. Brucey! You're not meant to take hangers and fall back, Bruce!
He had the mismatch and followed him down, took an absolute hanger.
Someone tell Brucey how to defend. Harris Andrews not happy with his teammate about taking hangers in the defensive goal square. Lions have escaped to the outer side. They've turned the footy over in the hands of Cunningham. McLean, Mills, Rowbottom. They've switched the play. Warner's the extra man over the top. Rowbottom goes to him. Nothing but green grass in front of him. Takes the territory. Kicks to the pocket. Buller stood tall. Andrews got in front of him. Here's Detoli. Second gamer. Oh, he spun out of 1 tackle, 2 tackle. Got caught on the third.
Dunkley outstanding. Had no right to make that tackle. Threw out the arm. He was gone, just dragging down.
He pinned him by the shorts.
He nearly exposed.
Yeah, he did. Young Jesse nearly... I mean, he got exposure at the top level last week, and then he got nearly X-rated exposure.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. I think they would have been flopping around just then, Simon.
In the Sam Lawler type experience for young Jesse. As Dunkley goes against the bigger body Buller and wins. Josh Dunkley putting on some sort of a display. Finds Levi Ashcroft.
I mean, if you're packing heat, you don't mind, but I certainly didn't want to be Dax Planners.
He's not a still photographer on the boundary there.
Rock used to wear 3 pairs of budgies. And some boardies.
And skins and the lot.
And some boardies underneath just in case. Warner just took the footy away from Marshall. Sheldrick has an option inside. Finds Jordan. Warner really rising in the last few minutes is Chad Warner. Wide. Goulden couldn't complete the mark. Defensively, Bailey's been really strong this afternoon. Played for the free kick. Umpire didn't give it to him. Goulden went hunting the football still. Shoveling handball back from McCartan. McLean. Wide kick. The Swans release Nick Blakey, who has room to run. Here goes the Lizard. Will we see the bobble? He tries to get around Big Henry Smith. He does. Oh, Henry's clutching at air as Blakey sends it to the pocket.
Brilliant.
Oh, Henry Smith will not want to see that again. He was a big man in a small man's world, and Henry will go back to kick it 3.
You don't want Darcy Gardner as well. He's just giving him an all-time serve. Keep him outside. I think he's going, I tried everything.
He's like trying to catch smoke there for Henry Smith.
It's a horrible feeling, isn't it, when you lack leg speed? Know it well.
Isaac Heaney. This is easier than the one he just kicked. Isaac Heaney is red hot, and the Swans are back in front. 7-5-47. They lead this game by a point on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard with 5 left to play in the second term.
I think Smith coming from the boundary line onto the interchange bench now. You probably won't want to watch the replay there, but Blakey just did an outstanding job, didn't he? He just sold the candy. He knew that he had the mismatch. It just turned him inside out. And for Heaney, it was about just getting in some space because he knew that he had Blakey who was going to deliver it inside 50, and he's probably the one. Maybe there's a couple more that you'd want to deliver it, but perfect execution from Blakey inside 50 between a gap of them.
That was a jet ski going around the Titanic.
It's a great description. Darcy Gardner there just trying to protect corridor far too much. When you've got Isaac Heaney, you can kick him literally from anywhere. He just needed to close the space. Too much leg rope Darcy Gardner then gave to Isaac Heaney in that situation, and the champ's gone off to the bench after kicking his third.
He's hot today, Isaac Heaney. Harvey Norman replay right now at Harvey Norman. Get up to 20% off HP and Acer computers in-store and online. Don't miss these huge savings. Best prices guaranteed. So now the Lions need to return serve. They get the clearance from the restart. Just galloping away from defensive 50 was Sheldrick. He was good. McInerney, Goulden's hands were slick. Put it out in Florence direction. Comes wide. Rowbottom. A little bit of possession football here from Dean Cox's men. Rowbottom's kick gave Dunkley half a sniff, but McInerney was good enough.
Just a good spoil. Didn't execute it, but took him to ground. Fought his defence time, Dunkley.
Rowbottom. Comes corridor. Sheldrick been busy. Has it 70 from home.
Dunkley always does that little thing, the team thing, every time.
Sheldrick inside forward 50. Grundy! Oh. Darcy fought filthy. I don't know if he's filthy with the umpire or his teammate, but he has got up seeing absolute red.
Umpire. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Grundy just manhandled him, threw him into the contest. He probably has a case there. Darcy fought. He's spitting chips still. Fell in Grundy's hands in the end. It bobbled around. A big shove in the back.
Big Brody coming off a career best 39 disposals last week. This to extend the margin to 7 points. Oh, Brody's leant back on it and pushed it right. Minor score Swans. Margin is 2 points. 48 plays 46. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Don't forget, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a ramp.
Footy gods got him then. There's no doubting that. Grundy, he didn't deserve to kick that one. He gave Darcy Ford a massive shove in the back there.
I'm seeing something I really like, which is Dane Zorko going to Tom Papley.
A few fireworks there. A few fireworks. He's coming up now. Yep. Dane Zorko, Papley, 60 from home.
Boundary throw in. Grundy and Fort get tangled. Papley disappeared out the back of the pack. Zorko says, that's my trick. Free kick going the way of the Lions. Josh Dunkley
just executed another perfect tackle. He's leading disposal getter on the ground now. This will be his 19th disposal. Triple M Red Z leading stats. Dunkley, but executing, does the 1%ers all the time. He's a teammate you'd love to have.
Down the line kick. Blakey took the footy, gave it to Rowbottom. Florent came to him in support. Oh, Bruce got to Ollie. Handball, release. McCluggage, kick was partially smothered. Bruce went after it head first. Blakey got to him. Goulden's hands out the back, finds McCartan. Warner will mark in front of Dunkley. You forget when Josh Dunkley turned up at the club, he was the reigning Western Bulldogs best and fairest winner. It's not like he didn't come with any pedigree about him.
He just competes every week, doesn't he? Every single week, every contest, one of the best competitors in the game.
McInerney's been called to play on. Wicks came off the back to support. Driving kick inside 50. Oh no, it's Brody and Darcy fought again. Grundy got the better of him. Rowbottom lowered the eyes. Buller with a good diving mark in front of Gardner. Tight against the boundary. 25 out.
Well, that's been a real feature of their game, isn't it? The cleanness going inside 50.
Played on. The plumber to get one. Oh, the umpire's going to give him another chance.
Why can't he start there?
The umpire, I believe he said Tom Papley was in the protected zone. And so, therefore, Jack Buller couldn't give him the handball.
Only seen that 1,000 times throughout my life.
I wonder if he would have allowed it if Tom had kicked it. Instead, Buller must now go back. Now Errol Goulden's trying to get in on the act. And the umpire's saying, I just explained that rule.
Sorry, Blackie, I think we jumped over the top of you there.
No, I forgot what I was going to say anyway. It's all good.
I think their perfect execution of lowering their eyes inside 50 was what you're going to go with.
Are you writing notes for it? Buller. to the boos of the Gabba faithful. Just punched it straight into the behind points. Minor score, 48-46. The Swans lead it by 2 points with 1:26 left to play in the second quarter.
That's why Tom Papley was running off him. Big fella. Just shake that off the boot.
So Zorks will take the free kick from the right back pocket for the Lions. It's been an eventful first half. Back and forth, seesawing, momentum shifts between the two sides. No mark taken in the big pack out of side. Lloyd sends it back inside forward 50 for the Swans. And the pick up on the half volley from Gordon was great. Zorko got to him in the back.
Crowd hates it. He'll go back and kick from just outside 50. It was a bit of a 50-50 rock. We'll see on the Harvey Norman replay.
Not a great deal in it. It'd be one that you wouldn't be disappointed if it wasn't paid, but...
Goulden plays on from 50 on that left. He's put it across the face. Another opportunity missed for the Swans. They lead by 3 now. 49 plays 46. With 50 seconds left to play, Darcy Wilmot has the footy. 2 goals to Wilmot, 2 goals to Logan Morris for the Lions, and Isaac Heaney with 3 for the Sydney Swans. Wilmot chips short to the pocket. Fletcher. No Lockie Neal out here this evening. No Ryan Lester either. We know Noah Answorth's season is done. Jack Payne, obviously another casualty earlier in the year for the Brisbane Lions, and yet they continue to find people to fit into the system. The depth is being tested, and it's standing up to that test as the late opportunity emerges for the Swans. Chad Warner driving kick towards Buller. Heaney for 4. Midair! Heaney kicks one in the last 20 seconds of the quarter. Dean Cox is happy. Fags has gone for a new Pakachui. And the Swans kick out to a 9-point lead on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Oh, he's a champ, isn't he? He's an absolute champ. His back half of his season, Isaac Heaney, has been superb. And he's just too dynamic for Darcy Gardner. Well, in this instance, we see the ball up in the middle of the ground, and the Swans' hands this afternoon have been first class. They get it inside forward 50, and he just works back. He's on Darcy Wilmot in that instance, and just his sheer speed and forward craft of Heaney is as good as anyone in the game, and it's just a clever kick rock, wasn't it? He had to just kick it mid-air, about 4 or 5 metres out, at a pretty sharp angle, but he's red hot.
Well, we've seen him do it a couple of weeks ago, didn't he? Kick 5 and had 30 plus, and he's on track to do that again. Well, he's actually on track to have mid-20s and kick 8.
I don't reckon Dean Cox will sub him out of this game tonight like he did that game a couple of weeks back. Ball back in the middle. Dean Cox.
Cock or Cox?
It's a dangerous name. Not as dangerous as Carmichael Hunt, but it's a dangerous name nevertheless. Cam Rayner has it 75 out.
That's Jared Healy. Gold Coast Suns is tough as well.
Clock's ticking.
Big kick.
Rayner driving ball. Siren will sound. And that will do us for the first half in what will go down as the Isaac Heaney half a footy. The Swans champ kicked 4. And his team will take a 9-point lead into the halftime break. Simon Black, Tom Rockcliffe, Belinda Mellon and Liam Flanagan, your call team, for what is proving to be a very entertaining game of footy. We'll break it down after this for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Titanium Caravans. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan, proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick in the morning.
Jeremy Piven is joining us in the studio.
Did you ever dream one day you'd be in a scene with Robert De Niro?
You made up the line about it. This is the movie Heat. He asked for your shirt.
Yeah.
I think that was meant to be the end of the scene, and you just kept talking.
I just kept talking, but that's every role I've ever had leading up to. No, seriously.
For more Jeremy Piven, get the podcast now from the Listener app.
Start your day with Mick in the morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Ream, Australia's favourite hot water. Steady, hot and strong.
And save $250, now $648. Save $600 on HP 15S laptop with AMD Ryzen 7 processor and 1TB storage, now under $1,000. Don't miss up to 20% off HP and Acer, now at Harvey Norman.
Bella's filling up at Amp Home, dreaming of her perfect camping weekend away. And she'll be there in 2 hours. Go from A to anywhere with Amplify Premium Fuels, engineered for tough Aussie conditions. Amp Home, Australia's own.
Hi,
Rodney Jane here. Get into Bob Jane Team Arts for awesome August deals. Want a free tyre? Get Bridgestone free. Yokohama free. Kumo free. J-Trax free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyre's free. Plus up to $200 instant cashback on selected Pirelli tyres. We won't be beaten with our best tyre price guarantee. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane Team Arts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Great taste meets great value at 7-Eleven. Grab a delicious handmade sandwich and add a selected drink for just $8. You've got a deal at 7-Eleven. Terms and conditions apply.
Let go of the chaos. Breathe in. Breathe out. Experience year-round Zen with the Whisper Quiet operation and precision control of an MHI ducted system. Purchase an eligible system and receive up to $500 cashback bonus, plus the chance to win one of 3 wellness retreats in Bali, valued at $10,000 each. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. T's and C's apply.
Macca's new McGriddles has 2 maple-infused pancakes, egg, bacon and cheese. True story. Brekkie comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available till 10:30 a.m.
Victoria has introduced strong new bail laws. These laws are aimed at reducing the risk of reoffending by making it harder to get bail if you're accused of a violent crime. There are also new offences if you break your bail conditions or commit a crime while on bail. To find out more, search Victorian Bail Laws. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Toolkit Depot Spend and Get is on now. Spend $250 on your favourite trade brands like Milwaukee, Makita, DeWalt and many more. And get $50 back in TKD bucks. The more you spend, the more you get back. And Saturday only at Toolkit Depot. T's and C's apply.
M Sport.
Build your future with the Trade Institute of Victoria. Search TIV to find out more.
Hey there, it's Stephen Zoyce with you. The Saints have scalped their 3rd nail-biter in a row. St Kilda holding off Richmond by just 4 points at the MCG the Savo. Jack Sinclair telling Fox Sports it was great to get the win for teammate Jack Steele in his 250th game.
Yeah, really proud of him. Amazing teammate. Like some of the footy I've seen him play is just absolutely incredible. And being captain for over 100 games, there's not many who've done it in the Saints' history. So we love him and love what he brings. And yeah, we're stoked for him that we got the result.
The Saints have now moved up to 11th. While Nathan Buckley has expressed his interest in coaching the D's, John Longmire is opting out of the race, saying he's enjoying a different rhythm in life. The ex-Swans coach was high on the Demons' radar. It's now been reported Buckley has already compiled a list of potential assistant coaches to join him.
Music transforms young lives. Join the Australian Children's Music Foundation in breaking barriers to music education. Show your support at acmf.com.au.
17 degrees at the Gabba at half-time between the Lions and Swans as Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M! Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
The Brisbane Lions still need 1 win to guarantee themselves finals in 2025. But a loss here today, and those final 2 games against the Dockers and the Hawks become very intimidating indeed, and the Sydney Swans are making life difficult for Chris Fagan and his men. 8-7-55, the Sydney Swans, they lead the Lions at halftime 7-4-46. Liam Flanagan, Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black, Belinda Mellon. That's your call team for this one on a Saturday evening in the River City of Brisbane. It's the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today. Even with finals on the line, Simon Black, the Sydney Swans have come out and Isaac Heaney is leading the way.
Oh, he sure is. Sydney have come to play in Brisbane this afternoon. They've been superb. It's been a great first half. Really, each side has their patch of momentum and really hits the scoreboard, and then the other side have come back each time. It's been brilliant. The real difference in the game, the 9-point lead at half-time is on the Swans. Scores from turnover. They've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Brisbane's 4 goals, 4. And we've said it throughout the call, their hands and their speed of hands from half-back, and willingness to attack the corridor has been first class from this Sydney side. They've had 10 marks inside forward 50 in that first half to Brisbane's 5, and some other key Red Z Lenny stats. Brisbane have actually had 9 more inside 50s for the game, 7 more clearances, but the contested possessions plus 18 in Sydney's favour, plus 29 uncontested possession. It's been a really, really great battle the whole first half, and Isaac Heaney, Rock, hasn't he been superb?
Yeah, he's been probably the difference in the game, hasn't he, when he's gone forward, impacted the scoreboard 4 times now with the 4 majors, and we probably turned up thinking it might be a Brodie Grundy off the back of him potentially carrying Sydney over the line if they were to win this game of footy. He'd have to be the dominant ruckman on the field, but he was a bit quiet in that first half. His tap work was really good, but we know that Brisbane have got their challenges there, but it was Isaac Heaney and his ability to push forward from the centre square bounce, and I think Warner started to get involved, delivering it deep inside 50 as well, but Heaney was the one that, he's got on the end of a couple, and conversely for the Brisbane Lions, it's the Ashcroft brothers. They've been really clean inside.
And we talk about all the conversation about what is the absence of Lachie Neale going to mean for this team, and you're probably saying the lead up to this game that the depth of the Lions midfield makes them almost untaggable because there is so much quality throughout the Lions, but you take Lachie Neale out of this mid and suddenly it's very obvious, well, we send a stopper to Hugh McCluggage and then the onus is put on the rest of that mid. Blackie. Yeah, absolutely. It requires more from others, doesn't it? It really does. And we mentioned Cam Rayner had a quiet first half. He sort of got into it as the back end of that second quarter. But yeah, it's been an enthralling battle. Josh Dunkley is the number 1 ranked player on the ground with 20 touches and 6 tackles, a goal to go with it. He's followed closely by that champion Isaac Heaney, as we've mentioned. But it's been an interesting midfield battle to this point, and Levi Ashcroft's had an opportunity to spend a bit more time out in there. He's had 7 clearances to half time, so he's really shown his wares inside, given the opportunity, and it's been a bit of a classy display again by his brother and Will Ashcroft. Some of his hands have been absolutely first class. This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology, rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with the Specsavers hearing expert. Just having a quick look through his stats, as far as I can tell, Isaac Heaney has kicked 5 goals on 4 separate occasions throughout his career. He has 4 goals to the half-time break, so unless they clamp down on him, we could be seeing a career best performance in front of goals from the Swans camp.
Well, it's such a hard matchup, and when Blakey and these guys have time and space, Goulden as well, to deliver it inside 50, so it's the pressure up the field that they've got to get right, and Heaney, he bobs up in space really, really well, and even that last one that he kicked, he snapped, so they're going to have to try and limit the ball movement coming inside 50.
The only other person you would say who's capable of holding their space as well as Isaac Heaney is our very own Belinda Mellon, and I can't remember ever hearing of Belinda Mellon's space on the boundary being invaded by somebody else, but Amy Clangers, when clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy, and this is the clanger from the first half of footy. B for Bob Jane Teamarts. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello Flanders, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Sorry, a member of the crowd just came and actually tackled me that very minute. I don't know him at all, but that's okay, we're friends now. Yes.
What's going on, babe?
Literally, I was just standing here and someone came up from behind me and just grabbed me and...
Big Belinda Mellon fan.
I thought you were going to say Big Belinda Mellon then. I was going to say, hang on, he's up...
As rattled as I've ever heard Belinda Mellon.
We had Richard Champion last week, maybe 2 minutes in with an Amy Clanger. I thought, no way could we ever beat that. We got Belinda Mellon before the bounce.
Yeah.
I think she was just running a bit late to get here, and she was running around to get there.
She can hear us. B.
Yes.
Have you ever been the subject of a clanger before?
No, never.
Oh,
First time in the 7,000 years that I've sat on this boundary. Let me tell you. I tell you what, I was standing here. I was actually just watching Tom Duday go through his warm-up, and the next thing, I am in a headlock. The mic was tucked under my armpit, and I still don't know why. The only explanation I can say is that I am in the licensed area, and the Ekka did start today. So maybe this is round 2 for a very overexcited fan.
Maybe. We lose her in the second half a lot, Belinda Mellon. If she's in a licensed area, maybe last game she got a bit carried away with some of the fans over there.
I made a new friend and didn't remember it. Is that what you're trying to say, Rocky? Hey,
you know when you walk in and you see the locals.
Right, let's just say that now.
This is the first time in all the years I've worked with B that she's admitted that where she sits is a licensed area. I've never known that before, B. This is new information.
What do you you think I come to work?
Very nice work, B. Congratulations on your Amy Clanger's debut. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can check into more. Get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. If you've missed any of the results so far this round, it kicked off with the Pies getting put to the sword, by the Hawks. A 64-point win to Hawthorn on Thursday night. The Cats too strong for the Bombers last night. And earlier today, the Saints in a nail-biter over the Tigers by 4 points. Still to come tonight on Triple M Footy. You've got Port Adelaide hosting the Dockers at Adelaide Oval and Carlton hosting the Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium. But before we do go to the break, Rocky, we just found a little tidbit about our man Simon Black, who is he's an ornament of the River City. He can do no wrong in the city of Brisbane. And we were just having a look at a draft photo, like literally fresh out the draft, fresh off the plane from WA, lands in town with one of the filthiest monobrows you've ever seen in your life. It's a fresh bowl cut. And Blackie, apparently we weren't the only ones to notice that monobrow.
That's right. My first haircut in Brisbane a week later, I went into Carindale Shopping Centre and this lady sat me down. She goes, "Oh, darling, come here. Look at that thing across your eyebrow. Let me do something with that." So she got the wax out and she took care of it within a week of being in Brisbane, and I've been plucking the thing ever since.
And I'll tell you what, Flanners, he had about 4 layers on, took the shirt off out there. So for all the mums and grandmas listening today, that rig has
it's still good, isn't it?
Has not gone backwards one iota. Actually got better.
If you went through the Triple M footy call team across all states and cities, there's not too many that have stayed in playing Nick.
No, there isn't.
And S Black.
He is in fine form. And then I'm sitting next to you, and you needed to shave.
I was never playing Nick. I reckon he still goes to that woman in Carindale to get the rest of the body done too. I reckon
there wasn't much hair under there.
Hairless.
He may have been to the laser clinic. Well, Jamie Charman used to have that beauty clinic or something, didn't he, in South Bank? Did he have laser? Is that what you've had done?
I never. Yeah. No, anyway,
let's
move on.
What have you
He's like one of those cats. You know, one of those hairless cats.
He's got hairy arms, so he should have a hairy chest, but there was no hair
He's got the caterpillar across the eyes.
Clean.
And
there was no snail trail. There was nothing.
See, we've got to be an investigation.
It's all in the mono.
When it all appears this perfect, there's skeletons in the closet, Rock. That's my opinion. We'll take a break. Simon Black, Tom Rockcliffe, Belinda Mellon, Liam Flanagan, your call team. The Swans holding a 9-point advantage over the Brisbane Lions. Ripping second half on the way for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks Footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Tradies, your game plan just got easier. At Beacon Trade, you'll find the biggest range of fans, downlights and lighting for the Aussie home. Plus, they'll do your lighting plan for free. So, whether it's a reno or a new build, back Beacon Trade. Visit beacontrade.com.au. Let's make light work.
You love Triple M footy on the weekend. And the footy doesn't stop on Triple M's Rush Hour.
Footy happening left, right and centre.
Yep. With star players.
Ben Keys. Here he is.
Thank you very much, fellas.
Cal Wilkie. Oh. Good to be here.
And the best analysis.
Are we worried about Collingwood? They've only beaten 5 out of the top 10 something.
Triple M's Rush Hour. Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. The multi-award-winning Ford Ranger. number 1 and still not done.
Go Harvey Norman for up to 20% off HP and Acer computers. Save $120 on Acer Aspire Lite laptop with Intel Celeron processor. Now a hot $328. Or upgrade to Acer Aspire Lite laptop with Intel Core i5 processor and 16-inch screen and save $250. Now $648. Save $600 on HP 15S laptop with AMD Ryzen 7 processor and 1TB storage. Now under $1,000. Don't miss up to 20% off HP and Acer. Now at Harvey Norman.
Right now, there's a huge demand for qualified tradies and people in mining. But no stress. If you've got the skills but no formal qualifications, you could still be in the running. Trade Skills Australia can help. Their RPL program can validate your skills, gaining you formal recognition so you can start your career from the right point. Hurry, while the demand's hot. Secure your future with RPL. Apply today. Search tradeskillsaustralia.com.au. RTO code 45637.
Bunnings Trade is here to help trade customers with quick quotes and pricing on a wide range of supplies, plus stock inquiries, delivery updates and more. Call Trade Assist on 134872 or jump online and we'll help you get what you need fast. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
At Choice Hotels, you get the best value, so you can check into more. And right now, you can get 15% off your next break for stays of 3 nights or more. From regional road trips to beachside getaways, Choice Hotels has over 7,500 locations worldwide and the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, check into more with Choice Hotels. Book by September 12 for select travel dates between September and October only. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for details.
Think your mate deserves to be locked up for crimes like wearing socks and Crocs? Nominate them now at Mates on Trial at the Triple M win page. They could win $1,000 cash and a double pass to see The Naked Gun in cinemas from August 21st.
YouTube?
It's a bit like a big cookbook.
We watch YouTube on the TV. The Wiggles, of course.
We use YouTube a lot to find clips about what we're learning.
A supplement for different topics. I like watching sport.
Sometimes I'll watch the visual version of a podcast.
It's what I recommend to my class.
YouTube is the largest library of entertainment, knowledge, and the world's curiosity, all wrapped up in one place. There's nothing else like it, and we're proud of that. YouTube, built for families.
At Amy, we know when our game has its moments, like when you're playing in Whoop Whoop. The only park left is behind the goal square. You get heat rub in your eye. When your banner has a typo, the scoreboard doesn't add up. You lose a boot, and the match winner misses everything except your windshield. It's lucky you're with Amy. Before buying comprehensive car insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Bunnings Trade. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
Half-time break. Gabba on a calm Brisbane evening. And the Lions trail by 9 points. They need one more win to guarantee a finals campaign. 14 and a half wins. Not enough to lock yourself into finals for 2025. If they lose all 3 games, I've been on the ladder predictor all afternoon, in fact, and if they lose 3 games and the Bulldogs win out, the Lions might miss and finish 9th. Liam Flanagan here alongside Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black, Belinda Mellon, boundary side for Bob Jane Team Arts this quarter, all thanks to Bunnings Trade. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses, whether it's sourcing suppliers, quoting on jobs or arranging delivery direct to site. They have trade specialists in-store dedicated to you and your trade, and their builders team has account managers who can come to you and help manage your jobs at every build stage. Plus, you can call Trade Assist for quick assistance on 134872. Players heading out to position. Any strategy change or structural adjustments you think we'll see in this second half, Simon Black?
Look, I just think Dean Cox, coach of the Swans, will be just encouraged inside to play the way they did in that first half. Their speed of ball movement from the back half and corridor use has been catching Brisbane out at times. To kick 55 points to half time when scoring's been a real issue for Sydney this year has been really pleasing for Dean Cox.
Well, Isaac Heaney stands shoulder to shoulder with Will Ashcroft at this first bounce of the second half, and we are underway. Isaac Heaney with 5 goals in the first half. He's the reason the Swans lead, and he's laid a good tackle on Rayner. Umpire said play on. Dunkley sent it inside forward 50. Archie pick up at speed, turn inside forward 50. Rayner marks 35 out directly in front, and look at the Lions get to Cal Archie.
Yeah, outstanding effort there from Cam Rayner. Came off the square as well.
Take him out, please.
Got first hands on that footy. Footy fell forward from Darcy Fort. He was the first one on it, and then Isaac Heaney didn't go with him. So Rayner did the right thing, got a bit of space inside 50. Looks like he's getting more ink by the day. Cam Rayner.
Every week.
I didn't think you were allowed to get it during the season, but anyway, each to their own.
When you got shoulders like that, you can do what you want. Rayner directly in front. Perfect start for the Lions to the second half. No, missed it to the left-hand side. 7-5-47, 8 points adrift for the Swans, 8-7-55, Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
I know I said it before the bounce, but I'd put Rayner out of the goal square. Smith's coming out of the goal square. Play Rayner out of the middle and away you go.
Mills driving. Got up to the lights of the Gabba. Huge mark in the heart of Brisbane. Plays on quickly. Warner with the snap. This to bring the Swans to life. Isaac Heaney put him on a billboard. He's just taken mark of the year.
On Josh Dunkley too.
On Josh Dunkley's head. It's going to be like Petrarca and that Colgate ad all over again.
And kept his feet as well. Sprung up like a cat and just delivered it forward. Outstanding play from Sydney. They've done that a couple of times tonight on the kick-in. They hold the footy up and then go down the corridor. They're all over it. Heaney flew high, rose above the pack. Outstanding hanger on Dunkley, then just kicked it forward quickly. Big contest from McLean. Warner at the right spot and a classy snap from 50 metres out. Great start for the Swans.
As good as Heaney's mark was, just his quickness to play that footy on to advantage his side was absolutely brilliant to give his forwards a look at that. And there's a class of Warner. Great snap from inside 50.
Yeah, when you kick 4 goals, you don't need any more TV time. Isaac Heaney moving the ball on quickly, and the Swans are away by 14 points. McCluggage from the restart. Rayner getting busy. Strong mark taken right on the 50. Does he have the journey called to play on? He thinks he does. He sets sail. He loads up for the line. Charlie Cameron's going to rise up. Went with the one hand. Ashcroft couldn't get in front of Rampy. Driving kick from the Swans vet. Clears the dangerous area. McLean was good. Fed it to Campbell. He's on his left foot. Buller's calling for it over the top. McInerney was inboard. It was a clever kick from Campbell. McInerney offered it to Goulden. Feigned the handball. Chipped the ball short. Finds Jordan. Buller's deep in the goal square. There's not much else inside forward 50 except Isaac Heaney's wandering down. And why wouldn't you? Jordan just going to pop it in that direction. Wilmot trying his hardest to keep Isaac Heaney down.
Yeah, he's got the free kick.
And he's given one away.
Here comes number 5.
Back with me, guys.
Isaac Heaney, free kick. Wilmot just took him out of the contest. He's going to have a shot.
Lions players have not realised this is a free kick. They've run off. Harris Andrews knew it. Isaac Heaney will go back to kick number 5.
I don't know how they didn't know. The umpire pointed that way.
Darcy Wilmot had panic written all over his face in that contest as Heaney kicks number 5. This might be a game we never forget for Isaac Heaney as he kicks number 5 to extend the lead to 20 points on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Oh, this is bringing me flashbacks to Chris Judd kicking 5 back here as a young player coming through. Rock in the early 2000s. It's not a breakout game for Isaac Heaney. We know he's a star, but the dominance in this first half and a little bit has been absolutely brilliant. And that free kick there in the Harvey on replay, he's got Darcy Wilmot rattled. He's had Darcy Gardner rattled. He's just grabbed the arm there, Wilmot, and it was a free kick every day of the week. But Isaac Heaney is just taking this game in his side on his shoulders and just ripping it apart.
It's a tricky one as well. Do you just go Dunkley all the way with him, even when he goes forward? Because Dunkley, we know, can defend, can potentially go with him in the air when he's not being used as a step ladder, but you may have to go hard with him forward.
Well, Isaac Heaney is back in the centre for this restart. Warner tried to feed the handball out to him. Dunkley got to it first. Sent the kick forward for the Lions. McCartan got to it in front of Logan Morris. Layers it a kick inside. Sheldrick needs to be clean. Got it to Heaney. Dunkley jumped in front of him. Won the football. Ashcroft to Wilmot to Fort. Back to Dunkley. Now McCluggage at 50. Went sideways. Found Charlie Cameron. Rampy stuck a foot out to try and trick Charlie. Charlie got inside of it, then put it out of bounds on the full.
He's in all sorts, Charlie Cameron, this year. He's been so inconsistent. Again today, that's his second disposal. I think he'd only had the one kick up until that point, Blake, and then he'd nail them 8 out of 10, I reckon, at training. 40 metres on the run. He's kicked it on the full.
Harris Andrews, Rayner, caught high. Umpire was blindsided. No free kick. We'll have a ball up right against the boundary. We've got Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black on the Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off.
Dane Rampy's very lucky he didn't get him as well. He threw his leg out. He would have got about 6 weeks for that.
Grundy and Fort. Sheldrick was strong in the contest, got around the tackle, kicked into the Buller direction. It was a bit agricultural, the contest against Duday, and Tommy Duday wins a free kick. First game in Brisbane Lions colours. Comes wide, finds Levi Ashcroft. Hugh McCluggage, right half forward for the Lions. They're coming along the near side of the Gabba. Conditions have cleared. Perfect for footy. McCluggage just dropped it in the Darcy Ford area and Grundy ate that for dinner over the line for a throw-in. Good crowd in. Not a lot of Swans support. Obviously no finals on the cards for them this year.
Yeah, a little bit quiet, but the crowd's gone quiet at the start of this third quarter, haven't they? Sydney have come out and done exactly what they needed to do. Kick the first couple, silence the crowd, and then get it on their terms.
Datoli spun through. Buller has McInerney with him. Puts it out in front of Braden Campbell. Has to go against Fletcher. Fletcher dropped the mark. Darcy Gardner was there to pick it up. Wide. McLaughlin has it. Space on the outer wing for them to operate in. Berry provides the short lead. He'll go up against the boundary, outer side of the Gabba. Jared Berry.
Been quiet tonight as well.
Short kick. Finds Archie.
And the 5 disposal on the Triple M Red Z Lending stats.
Red Z Lending loans to the self-employed, REDZED.com. Who are some of the other underperformers, Blackie?
Well, James Jordan's going to him, McCluggage. McCluggage had a 12 to this point. Normally he's got a fair few more than that. Rock mentioned Charlie Cameron, just the 2 touches to this point of the game. Henry Smith just had the 1 kick for the Lions as well.
Charlie's come all the way up to the centre circle to find the footy. Ball in hand now, called the play on. Again, Rock, you called it though. He is out of sorts.
He's doing it now. He's directing traffic. He just needs to go out there and play. He's trying to, and worried about everyone else in that forward half of the ground. He just needs to go and execute his role.
Darcy Gardner finds Hugh McCluggage.
Just trying to own the ball here, aren't they? A few uncontested marks just to get the game back on their terms somewhat.
Another one to Rayner. McCluggage continued his run, wrapped around the back, going to drop it to a dangerous spot. Darcy Fort's deep. Archie is further deep, but a good mark taken. Going to Melican, free kick going to Brodie Grundy. Darcy Fort blocking. So Brodie Grundy has it deep. Gave it to Wicks, short. Florent back into the side. Spent a few weeks in the twos. Ollie Florent. Dean Cox.
Don't mind it. You're never too old to get a little reminder. Go back, find some form, come back in.
And here he is, driving it down to centre wing. Buller brought it forward. Gardner. Warner. Clean pickup. Handball back to Florent. Corridor handball. McInerney.
They're out the open side.
They are out, and they've got it into the hands of a speedster, Harry Cunningham. Not running though, just jogging, just walking. Chipping wide. Rampy marks on the logo in front of Logan Morris.
It's on.
Sheldrick.
Heaney deep, 1-on-1.
Against Darcy Gardner, that's what they see. Rampy likes the look of it, goes in that direction. Isaac Heaney, beaten on this occasion by Darcy Gardner, did really well. Levi Ashcroft, tumbling kick, needs a bounce, got to Wicks. He released the handball to Warner, to Goulden. The left foot is available. Instead he goes to Florent by hand. Jake Lloyd just going to bend one around. Isaac Heaney is going to need to complete an absolute miracle here. And Harris Andrews has paid the mark.
He's been good. That's now his 9th, 10th mark for the afternoon, Harris Andrews. His 6th intercept. He's been terrific.
The Lions know they need to attack the corridor, and they do. Ashcroft to Rayner, driving kick. Morris out the back. Charlie steaming towards goal. Logan doesn't look at him though. Caught in 2 lines. Caught with the footy. And Melican shoves his head into the turf.
The big fella got caught in about 7 mines. He didn't know what to do.
1 + 1 equaled 11 there for Logan Morris. He could not figure it out. And the Swans made him pay.
Oh, the poor big fella. He had Charlie Cameron running inside 50. He had Archie across. He didn't know where to go.
As we just see on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, Lockie Neal out of the game injured, sitting alongside Big Bud, who's made the trip up the M1 from the coast for tonight. Buddy Franklin running half marathons and marathons these days.
Been listening to your podcast, I think, Funners.
He's a fan of In the Beginning podcast.
He's one of the two that tune in.
There's half a dozen. Mum and Dad are listening. Not big runners, but they're listening. Downloads all count, Rock.
I actually had a listen to it the other night.
Oh, yeah?
It was really good. Actually got me to sleep really quickly.
Fair enough. We're all going to cop our whack. Let's talk more about Blakey's monobrow. Balls at centre half forward for the Swans. We're going to have a ball up.
Or his hairless body.
Hairless.
Let's talk about that.
Does it get down below the...
And where the laser stops and starts. Flanners.
Well, I feel like it's one of those things, once you start, it's kind of hard to woo it up.
Like on Seinfeld when Jerry got it done. He couldn't stop.
Exactly. Gravity starts to take hold as Sheldrick sends it inside forward 50. Florence going to fly. Courageous mark going back with the flight, and he's marked on 50 directly in front. The Swans lead this game by 20 points. The Lions very much up against it.
Yeah, they've really started this third quarter well, the Swans, haven't they? They've really attacked the contest and the ability to be able to be effective going forward. Again, they've dominated the contested possessions this afternoon, and they've also really dominated the marks inside 50. That's now their 11th mark inside 50 for the match.
Red lending loans for the self-employed, redzed.com. Ollie Florent to set sail from 50. Got a good purchase on that one, Ollie Florent. Oh, wow. The Swans kick away 11-7, 73. 26 points ahead of the Brisbane Lions, 7-5-47. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
Another one that's been really quiet tonight is Zach Bailey. He's only had the 6 disposals, so they need to get their prime movers up and going. Whether you throw Bailey, Rayner or Cameron or someone in the midfield just to get them into the game, they're their prime movers. They're the ones that can elevate them to that next level. And see this centre square bounce this time. You've got Zach Bailey in there, Cam Rayner and Hugh McCluggage. So 3 of their prime movers who are probably down on their output somewhat. Smith goes in as well. So Sydney have had the better of them in this third quarter, but they need a response now. Chris Fagan, his coaching staff, they need to come up with something here to get themselves back into this game.
We mentioned the Brisbane Lions run home. After tonight, it's the Dockers away and then the Hawks at home. They lose all 3. The Dogs win out, and the Lions could be spectators come September. They need to hit back. They get the clearance through Rayner. Melican,
brilliant,
was really good on Hipwood. Won the footy. Cunningham gave it to Wicks, not 15. Play on. Florent, the goal kicker.
They're out again.
The corridor is open, and Papley knows it. Marks. Haven't seen a lot of the little plumber tonight. He has a bounce. Handball forward. Heaney. Why wouldn't you? Oh, that's the worst thing Isaac Heaney's done tonight. He missed the handball by a good 10 metres, and still the Swans had time and composure to find Jake Lloyd on the 50. Kick to the pocket. The Lions have lost the plot. They have absolutely lost the plot. Somehow James Rowbottom has marked 15 out from goal. No angle to speak of.
Yeah, it's just catching out with speed of ball movement, aren't they? And the Lions just aren't disciplined and fast enough to react. And the Swans are making them look second rate. And that corridor ball use again, Rock, it's just been exemplary tonight. The way they've attacked the middle of the ground and also changed angles within that corridor space as well. And Chris Fagan will be very frustrated. That's the 13th mark inside 50 for the Swans.
Coming off a win over the Pies at the MCG last week. Maybe the Brisbane Lions' heads are still there, because James Rowbottom has just put the Sydney Swans 32 points ahead on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard with 10 left to play in the third term.
Yeah, they've exposed them defensively. We spoke about it going into the game with Starcevic going out of this back 6. Their defence, their premiership defence that was there last year, 4 of them aren't there tonight. Payne, Ainsworth, Lester and Starcevic as well out. So they've only got Zorko, Wilmot and Andrews in that back 6 that were there on grand final day. So they have been exposed somewhat, but there's no excuses for that. It's just a matter of being accountable. As you called in the call then, Flanners, in that passage of play, Isaac Heaney's handball missed by 5 metres. They should have been able to scoop that up the lines and go the other way, but Sydney had numbers everywhere. They had players out, and you've seen it, that they exposed the Brisbane Lions defensively the other way.
Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black on the Triple M Seabar Super Special comments. A couple of Brisbane Lions champs.
Advantage.
Free kick, advantage taken. Bailey to Levi Ashcroft inside 50. This an important moment for the Lions, and he sprayed it to the right. Nothing going right for the Brisbane Lions here at the Gabba.
Again, Zach Bailey coming out of the centre bounce clearance. His handball hits the ground. You've got to execute that handball. Hit Ashcroft on the chest so he doesn't have to bend over and pick the footy up, and he can execute the skill, nail the goal. But they look off here at the moment, the Brisbane Lions.
They've got the football, Charlie Cameron. The throw paid against The Lions.
Big Smith.
Big Henry Smith, who's come crashing back to earth after his 3 goals last week against Collingwood. He's been ineffective tonight. Nick Blakey's won the contest easily as Rowbottom drives it down the line along the boundary. Buller was good in the contest. Berry flicked it up, got it only as far as Detoli. Fletcher, now Marshall, hands, linking up Zorko. Will look corridor, always does. Kick is cut off by Rowbottom, who's getting really busy physically with the 1%ers in this third term. Now Wicks v Bailey. Goulden, Warner, takes off, got through the rain of tackle, popped it over the top. Jumping in the way was Smith. That was a throw. Another free kick. Someone's got to teach Henry Smith the handball.
Isaac Heaney in the goal square against Jared Berry as well, if they can get it there.
Blakey likes something more lateral. Ollie Florent.
They're out on their feet at the moment, the Brisbane Lions, defensively.
Just look, getting looks everywhere, aren't they? That's their 14th mark inside 50 now, and there's just holes everywhere, as you say, Rock. There's so many options going forward, and they're just work ethic and work rate. Far superior.
That's the one, Blakey, the work rate. You can see Sydney when there's a turnover there, out hunting and outnumbering the Brisbane Lions at the contest. Way more red jumpers in the area than what there is Brisbane Lions jumpers at the moment. So just comes down to work rate. Sydney look like that they're prepping for finals. Brisbane look like they're out on their feet.
Ollie Florent kicked one not long ago for 2. He's pulled that one to the left in search of the extra distance. Minor score. Margin back to 32 points. 80 plays 48. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done. As Bailey takes on and takes off. Ashcroft, that was a rough kick. Made life hard for Hipwood. The Swans all over the Lions at the moment. Goulden couldn't get onto that preferred left. Chippy ball.
Tackle pressure.
The tackle pressure inside forward 50. Rowbottom again at the fore of it. Sheldrick. Papley. Harlem Globetrotter handball to Blakey. Lions under some real heat in their defensive 50. Berry lowers the eyes and finds Dunkley.
Great composure there from Berry. He had nothing on. He had to lower his eyes, hit that one.
Duday.
Pressure's outstanding at the moment from Sydney, though, closing down all options, forcing Brisbane to where they don't want to go.
Marshall kicks to grass. McLaughlin got to the footy and took off. Danced with the boundary line. He is running away from Errol Goulden. McLaughlin inside forward 50. Charlie Cameron up against the couple was no hope. And Charlie's dirty night continues. Swans. James Rowbottom has suddenly caught fire in this third term.
Their ability, Sydney, to get to the contest but then expand the ground really quickly in offense has been a real highlight of their game tonight. They've done it again here. If they go around, they've got the extra on the outer side. Florent all by himself.
Tom Rockcliffe has spotted it and solved the Swans. McCartan gets to Florent. Blakey's there as the overhand handball. Further afield, it's Heaney. 5 goals to his name. Gave the handball mid-air. Blakey and Campbell. Campbell on his left will look inside. It got over the back and Bruce Reville took an important mark. The Lions under all sorts of pressure, Simon Black.
Oh, they sure are. All facets of the game. Defensively, attacking, and when the ball's in dispute, Sydney have been very impressive this afternoon.
The corridor kick to Rain is a good one. Maybe now they're 2-on-1 inside forward 50. Florent has to go against Levi Ashcroft and Darcy Ford. Brought it to ground. Ashcroft needs the footy to sit. Wicks got to him. Ashcroft with time. Snap. Huge goal for the Lions. It's one of their youngsters bringing them back into the contest. Levi Ashcroft cuts the margin to 36 points. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, a real bit of class there from the young fella Levi Ashcroft. At Brisbane, obviously, a well-needed goal. They've been dominated so far in this game, or particularly after quarter time. So their ability here, we see on the Harvey Norton replay, to get the ball through the middle of the ground. McCluggage, a great kick inside of Cam Rayner. He didn't mess around. He wheeled and went and had a 2v1 in his favour. And the Sydney defence got sucked upfield somewhat. And Levi had to win a contested ball against Rampy, and the ball bounced his way, and he had enough class to be able to finish nicely. So can that generate a little bit of momentum and enthusiasm for Brisbane, because they look like they're just not up for the contest, or the energy's not there compared to the Swans side this evening.
Bob Jane teammates, Belinda Mellon.
Deb Robertson warming up on the boundary now, just taking some instructions on the phone from the coaches upstairs. You do wonder if they're going to pull the trigger on that sub.
I wonder whether Henry Smith might make way. Belinda Mellon for Bob Jane teammates. Great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Ball back in the middle. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Florent was caught in the tackle. Marshall galloped away, inside forward 50 kick. Good spoil from Cunningham. Brought it to ground. Oh, Smith was clever. Smith was good. Smith was outstanding. Henry Smith. Some peanut in this box just called for him to be subbed out. The Lions back to within 20. 9-6-60 plays 12-8-80 on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
He's had an interesting afternoon, hasn't he? Particularly even this third quarter. He got pinged a couple of times for a couple of throws, but that was outstanding. Footy got delivered deep inside 50, followed up, got it over the top, and then his ability to quickly get it on the left boot and snap around the corner, outstanding from Big Smith, and he may have just saved himself from being subbed out of the game. As we see him go back to the goal square again. So you did call for him, Flanners, to be subbed out, but I'll tell you what, he instant impact and exactly what the Brisbane Lions needed. They keep themselves within striking distance now. They've been outplayed and outclassed in this third quarter, but they're only 20 points down.
Time enough. 5 left to go in the third term. The defending premiers have got a fight on their hands, and the free kick from the restart is going to Big Brodie Grundy, the All-Australian ruckman-elect. Drives it inside forward 50. McLean fighting for front spot. McLean! Clunking mark in front of Harris Andrews. 30 out directly in front. And Angus Sheldrick has said something to the Big Chief to upset him.
That was outstanding hands. Delivered the footy deep inside 50. It was one of those ruck contests. We didn't know which way the free kick was going to go. Went to Grundy, just banged it, and McLean came from about 4 deep. Harris Andrews looked like he had it covered the whole way, and McLean just stuck the jukes up and stuck perfectly.
Hayden McLean, 21 goals this season. Back into the side after concussion. He's pushed it right. Missed opportunity for the Swans now. 21 points to lead. 81 plays 60. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. 4:20 left to play. Third term. Duday, an option for Fletcher. Instead he goes short to his mate Will Ashcroft. Gives it back to Fletcher, who switches play to the outer side. Good kick. Finds Zorko. Lowers the eyes. Archie marks. Plays on. They're taking the game on by hand. Dancing around was McLaughlin. It's a good mark taken by Logan Morris. He's still 2 kicks from home, Logan. Wanders off his mark. Driving kick inside forward 50. Dunkley, getting up huge over the back. It's fallen. This will be deliberate. This will be insufficient intent. Free kick Lions. Free kick Lions, and it's Jared Berry who's raced across. Would he have been your man to get to that one first, Rock?
McCluggage was in the area. You would have liked him to go, but Berry would not back him from here. He's a good skill. He's got very good skills, Jared Berry. So
he's up against the boundary.
I don't know what he's going to do. He looks like he's going to do a checky, though. I prefer a drop punt. Very wide pockets here, Flanners.
Deep in the right forward pocket for the Lions. To the right of your radio dial. He's going on the check side. Rock wanted a drop punt. He's hit the behind post, so he's not caught that one well.
They look at a different team when the footy gets in Dane Zorko's hands off half-back, don't they? He just turns inside every single time and executes it 9 times out of 10, but opens the field up for the Brisbane Lions when he can hit those short 45s.
Dane Rampy has the football in the back left pocket for the Swans. It's a sideways sort of kick. And Hayden McLean not paid the mark. I thought he took that mark. Umpire said no. Jake Lloyd's put it out of bounds on the full. Was that not a mark to Hayden McLean?
Yeah, I thought it was a mark too. 3.5 minutes to go here. Sydney need to regroup. Brisbane have really got the momentum. Can the Swans respond? They've been superb, but we know Brisbane can score quickly, and they're getting their teeth right in this one.
Tom Duday called the play on. The kick to McCluggage just got there. Lloyd stands the mark. We'll get down to Belinda Mellon shortly, as I believe the Lions may have made their substitution. McCluggage is going to go backwards to Duday. Just possessing the football, centre wing near side.
How quick is Sam Marshall? He's had a couple of moments in this quarter where he just takes off.
I think on a time trial basis he might be the best runner at the club. Grundy, intercept mark, paid to the Swans. Belinda Mel and Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, both teams have actually played their sub-planners. Will McLaughlin comes out of the game for the Lions, which finishes with 3 disposal. Jesse Detoli for the Suns. So Caden Cleary and Dev Robertson both into the game.
Both teams activating their subs. Cleary and Robertson both into the game. Bob Jane teammates, great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Campbell took it away. Sheldrick lowered the eyes. The punter has it out the back. Is that the skipper, Cal Mills, or is it James Jordan? It's James Jordan. He couldn't complete the mark. Zorko did really well.
Really well.
To get back undersized in the contest and force it over the line for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket.
Yeah, they get around him. Great effort by Zorks. He was up against it, but just enough body pressure. Didn't give away a free kick, and James Jordan spilt the mark.
Boundary throw in. Swans forward 50. Expect Tommy Papley to get on the move here. Grundy took the ball out of the air, brought it down. Bailey with a check side. Mark not taken by the sliding Rampy. Rayner gallops, gave it to Will Ashcroft. Forward handball, went 20 metres. Found Archie. Hipwood on the non-preferred right, wants the left. Lewis Melican knew it too. And that kick, didn't quite get to Mills on the full. The Swan skipper had an eternity. Expected the pressure to come. Eventually it came to Rampy. McCluggage, Berry, hit hard by McInerney. Now Bailey gets the kick away to Rayner. Wicks tried to close. He's just not big enough in that contest. David v. Goliath stuff. Paul Sammy Wicks gets shoved in the chest by Cam Rayner. Says buzz off. Lowers the eyes. Drops it to a pocket. Logan Morris is the target. Good fist came from McCartan. Did the ball get over the line? No, Charlie kept it in. We'll have a ball up, deep forward pocket for the Lions.
So you really feel Brisbane really understand the implications of every win-loss to this late in the season. They've really upped their game in the last 10 minutes. It's like finals footy atmosphere now. It's terrific.
1:27 left on the clock as McInerney's caught by Ashcroft over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Macca's Big Arch has now arrived at Macca's. We've got a huge final term on the way. 21 points the margin in favour of the visitors. The Lions by no means locked into finals, despite having 14.5 wins on the season.
Heaney being stuck on the bench as well for a long period of time.
I imagine he probably doesn't get back out there this quarter. The ball's over the wrong side of the ground for Isaac Heaney to get amongst it as Berry gave it to Bailey, who loaded up from 50 and he's put it out of bounds on the full. Free kick Swans, back left pocket. A minute left to go. In this third term.
What happened out on the wing before with McLean? I thought he marked that clean as a whistle.
Unknown. Haven't seen the replay on Harvey Norman replay screen. Grundy caught in the contest, sat on it. 3 or 4 lines sit upon him. We'll have a ball up. Right now at Harvey Norman, get up to 20% off HP and Acer computers in-store and online. Don't miss these huge savings. Best prices guaranteed. Final minute of this third term. McCluggage kept it in. Gave it back to Berry. The two mates work in tandem. They turned up at the club together. They're now premiership players together. And they're both sticking around here and look as though they might play out their careers here, Rock. You've got to look back on that draft as a real turning point for this football club.
Certainly was. Blackie said McCluggage, he could play 400, but there's no reason he can't. He's already passed the 200 mark, hasn't he? And great players, great teammates to play with as well.
Billy McCluggage and Jared Berry. Berry caught with the football now, gave it back to Wilmot. 30 seconds left. Zorko with it, switches the play. Darcy Gardner needs to go forward if the Lions want to get a late one. Knows the time is on the clock, went short to McCluggage. We continue to count. Spearing ball from McCluggage finds Bailey, 40 out directly in front. Simon Black.
Yeah, that was class McCluggage, wasn't it? He's had the close check-in of James Jordan for the large part of the afternoon, but he still found the 21 touches. And it's that inside 50 class, that finishing kick that McCluggage really sets apart. And the reason why I think he should be an All-Australian this year, that's his point of difference to a lot of players in the competition.
Siren sounds for three-quarter time. The margin is 21 points. Zach Bailey to cut it back to 15 and to set us up for a massive final quarter of football. He knew it the moment it hit his shoe. He got too close to the man on the mark. He pulled it left. So the margin will be 20 points. 1 quarter of footy left to play. Swans' finals hopes are dashed, but they are looking to put a dent in the Lions' premiership defence. Can the Lions fight back? We'll find out after the break. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M, Rocks Footy.
that quarter for Bunnings Trade. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
the Big Arch Burger has now arrived at Macca's.
Melbourne, start your day with Mac.
In the morning.
I was in Fat Club for a while.
You were in Fat Club?
Yeah, I was in
Fat Club? What was Fat Club?
Fat Club was if your skin... you like this stuff, don't you?
I'm the king of Fat Club.
Fat Club was if your skin folds were over 50.
Did they just call it Fat Club?
It was called Fat Club. It wasn't called anything else.
First rule of Fat Club. No one
talk
talks
about
Fat Club.
Start your day with Mick in the Morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
Ream, Australia's favourite hot water. Steady, hot and strong.
Go Harvey Norman for up to 20% off HP and Acer computers. Save $120 on Acer Aspire Lite laptop with Intel Celeron processor. Now a hot $328. Or upgrade to Acer Aspire Lite laptop with Intel Core i5 processor and 16-inch screen and save $250. Now $648. Save $600 on HP 15S laptop with AMD Ryzen 7 processor and 1TB storage. Now under $1,000. Don't miss up to 20% off HP and Acer. Now at Harvey Norman.
Want footy talk that's on point? Stream every moment of the AFL live on Triple M Rocks Footy.
Eric kicks the goal of his life.
From the Howie Games, where sporting legends share their untold stories,
If my basketball career doesn't work out, I want to come back and play some footy.
to hot takes on everything on and off the field with the Mackay twins on the Bennett Harry podcast.
Good in-depth football chat.
Lift your footy game with Listener. Download the app and listen for free.
Listener.
Bunnings Trade has got your next build covered with solutions at the framing stage. From townhouses to single dwellings to large developments, we can provide prefabricated frames and trusses specific to your project. It's a fast and efficient way to build. Call 134 Trade, that's 134872 to find out more.
You don't have to stop listening to Triple M when you get out of the car. Listener goes everywhere you go. Just pick your device and don't miss a beat. From the car to your phone to your computer. Keep listening to Triple M. Plus, discover hundreds of original podcasts and stream music stations to suit your mood. Anywhere. Open your ears to a whole world of audio. Download the free Listener app now to get started.
Listener.
Rob cuts grass. Bob cuts grass. Sometimes they cut each other's grass. But when it comes to the best business software, we all agree on MYOB. From $1 a month, billed yearly. Visit myob.com. Base subscriptions only. T's and C's apply.
Everyone agrees. Adventure starts with an Isuzu D-Max. No matter where you go, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. With 5-star ANCAP safety rating, towing capacity up to 3.5 tonnes, and total peace of mind with Isuzu Ute Service Plus program, including 5-year flat price servicing, 6-year warranty, and 7-year roadside assistance. So let's go. Explore the range at your local Isuzu Ute dealer today. T's and C's apply.
It's Jess Webster here, calling it for One Cover, who have one incredible footy prize to be won. One lucky winner gets 2 tickets to the 2025 Toyota AFL Grand Final, plus one night's luxury accommodation. Just buy one travel insurance policy with One Cover, and this one outstanding AFL prize could be all yours. Insurance is underwritten by HDI Global Specialty SE Australia. AFL authorised GF Promotion GF AFL 2567. T's and C's apply. Always read the PDS at onecover.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M! Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Totally Workwear. Footy, work, rain or shine, you play to win. Conquer it all in game-changing workwear or uniforms from Totally Workwear. Love your work.
1 quarter of footy left to play in the River City on a Saturday evening, and the Sydney Swans lead the Brisbane Lions by 20 points. 81 plays 61. Isaac Heaney has put on a show with 5 goals to his name and maybe a Mark of the Year winning catch in that third term. Liam Flanagan alongside Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black, Belinda Mellon. Let's get down to B, thanks to Bob Jane Teamarts. B, both subbed activated in that third term.
Yeah, certainly, and an injury concern over Justin McInerney right now, gentlemen. He went down into the rooms with the team doctors and physio, came back out for that last-minute huddle and was then put through a slight fitness test where he hopped from one side to the leg, jumped up and down. Doctors and physio still checking him and treating him now. Looks like a right quad concern, so they may be ruining that sub-activation. Their bench maybe down to 3 for the start of this term.
Nice work, B. Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Players heading out to their positions. 1 quarter of footy left to play here. Simon Black, Tom Rockcliffe. Where does this turnaround need to begin for the Brisbane Lions?
I think it's the middle of the ground, Rock, for mine. That's the big one. Hugh McCluggage in that third quarter was superb. He drove it. He had 12 touches. The leading number 1 ranked player on the ground that third quarter. So you always, when you're down by 20 at three-quarter time, you need your midfield to lift. You need to give your forward supply. So for mine, it's in the middle of the ground.
And the pressure, they've just got to get pressure on. The last 10 minutes, it's 227 pressure factor. They've been at 168 for most of the game. So the last 10 minutes have been much better than the Lions in the pressure factor.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy, here we go. Fourth quarter stuff as Blakey takes a huge contested intercept mark in his defensive 50.
It was outstanding from Blake. He just came across, came off his opponent.
Switch play. He wanted to find Lloyd. Milliken kind of just got in the road and took the mark. Down the line, Buller just ragdolled Tom Duday out of the contest. Fletcher got to him. Papley drove it inside forward 50. McLean v Andrews. Andrews got the front spot, brought it down. Jordan sees it over the line. Boundary throw in, Swans forward 50.
It's been a domination out of the centre bounce from the Brisbane Lions, 17-7, but they've only kicked the 1 goal from centre bounce. What's got them the lead is scores from turnover this afternoon. 8 goals to the Sydney Swans, only 5 to Brisbane, so they've been really good on transition, the Swannies.
Boundary throw in, ball spins back into play. Zorko collected below the knees, wanted a free kick, umpire not paying it. Footy bounces unkindly for Blakey. Hipwood steaming through the contest, gave it back to Levi Ashcroft. Clever outside of the foot kick, finds Rayner. Centre wing near side, the corridor is unlocked. Fletcher and Berry, take your pick. He chooses Berry. Berry plays on. Goulden asking questions. Why didn't he have to go back to his mark, sir? Charlie Cameron was clumsy. And he's given away a free kick in the goal square.
Goulden makes a good point because he couldn't lay a hand on Berry because 50 metres against Charlie Cameron. Maybe they should have subbed him out of the game instead of the young fella at just before three-quarter time. He's had a dirty afternoon again, Charlie Cameron.
Mills takes advantage. Wicks is out in space on Levi Ashcroft. The Swans unrelenting. Blakey's run never stopped. The Lizard from 50 wobbled it to the right. Minor score. Swans lead it by 21 points on the Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard. Footy, work, rain or shine, you play to win. Conquer it all in game-changing workwear or uniforms from Totally Workwear. Love your work.
Blakey should have knocked that over in the end. He got to 40 metres out, pretty much unpressured. Should have knocked it over. They've had a couple of let-offs here late. The Brisbane Lions won late in that third quarter, and then to start this quarter.
Hugh McCluggage has the football. Left half back for the Lions. Zach Bailey leads up, centre wing, called to play on. Comes back towards the boundary and finds Levi Ashcroft. No one on the mark, so Levi takes the ground given. Darcy Fort v Grundy. Grundy just too strong in those one-on-one contests for Fort. Fort's hands were good though. Oh. Charlie, it's been a dirty old night, and it continues as he hits the post. Charlie Cameron's frustration levels, I imagine, are reaching their limit. Margin back to 20 points. Rampy explodes off the left foot. What a kick. Travelled 60 in a second. Found Cleary, the sub, into the game. Papley. Running off half-back. Heaney driving inside. Papley, undersized against Wilmot. We'll have a boundary throw in left forward pocket for the Swans.
It was great defence from Darcy Wilmot there, wasn't it? Like he had to get back. They were on over the back, but just his sheer pace and desperation. Wilmot, great impact on the contest.
We are remaining on Isaac Heaney watch, who has 5 goals, which equals his career best. He kicked 4 in that first quarter. Ball spins back into play. Swans forward 50. Here he is, Isaac. Kick was smothered. Mills stood up in the tackle, wanting the free kick. Spills out. Levi Ashcroft gave it to Dunkley. Zorko pulled the kick at the last moment. Gave it back to Dunkley by hands. Driving kick out of defensive 50. Melican couldn't complete it. Hipwood got to him. Brought it to ground. Warner shrugged the shoulder. Wow. Drove through the contest. Sent it inside forward 50. And Sheldrick took the mark. 45.
He should have stepped out of the way. Isaac Heaney was going to take that mark uncontested, but Chad Warner in the corridor, so strong in the contest. Brisbane should have been able to execute that tackle on him, but he moved his body in a way that allowed him to get himself free. Outstanding from him.
Not sure if Angus Sheldrick backs himself in for distance here. His eyes have been darting, but he's on the way in. Loads up on the left foot. Just sent it high, pitching wedge style. It's going to fall right on the line, and it's fisted through for a minor score. Margin back to 21 points. Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard. Footy work, rain or shine. You play to win, conquer it all. In game-changing workwear or uniforms from Totally Workwear. Love your
They're
work.
away here, the Brisbane Lions. Zorko down the corridor to Reno, going to Bailey. Through the corridor, unfortunately. Kick, Charlie Cameron led to the pocket. Bailey pulled the kick. Give you a break, Flunners.
Appreciate it.
One caller, one out, but outstanding ball movement from the Lions. Sydney, turnover, and away they go. On the outer side now.
Buller, no mark taken. Tom Rockcliffe. You've got to be careful around Rock, Blakey. He backs himself in everything. I won't be here next week as Sheldrick wants to atone for the missed goal. Drives it inside forward 50. Brodie Grundy, the hairy one, just walks in, says, give me the All-Australian blazer. Put it around the shoulders. The Swans kick away. 27 points the margin on the Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard as the big ruckman snaps one home.
Oh, that's a big, big goal for the Sydney Swans. And Brodie Grundy, what about the class of the big man? Looks like a 6-footer, not a 7-footer the way he moves. And just a lovely kick in. Well, this has been epitomised as Sydney's game today, where they use the ball fast off half-back, go through the corridor where they can, but just get speed on the ball and just their athleticism. Sheldrick in this example here, pumped the ball long, just caught the Brisbane defence out, and Brodie Grundy played on from a pretty easy mark from a great kick. And that's a really damaging goal to just open up the scoreboard a little bit more for Sydney.
Back on the wing, one of the contests, I think it was Darcy Gardner, had the opportunity to execute that tackle, just couldn't quite get it done.
Ball back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Ream Hot Water is built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. The Lions have to do everything right from now. Dunkley got it to Bailey, who must deliver from 50. He's pushed it to the left. Zach Bailey.
He's been off, hasn't he? Him and Charlie Cameron, the two small forwards, they're the ones that are going to find a bit of growth, a bit of form from where they're at the moment.
Lloyd's kick to Warner was good.
They can take a bit of sting here, Sydney. You don't want to slow completely down, but they might be able to take a couple of minutes off the clock.
Heaney and Warner do just that via hands as Cleary, he telegraphed that to Wicks. Dunkley saw it a mile away. Charlie Cameron ran away from the football. Ashcroft, Levi kept it moving towards Archie. Slipping the ground at centre-half forward was Morris, and we'll have a ball up.
It's a great call, Fanners. Bailey did the same thing as well. They ran away from the footy. They had to stay in the contest because they hadn't won the footy and they needed support at ground level. I think it was Logan Morris.
There's Bailey taking it out of the contest. Zorko beaten to it by Sheldrick, who's been really good in this fourth term early stages. Wicks was clever. Saw that he had Lloyd out wide up against Dev Robertson. The sub into the game was beaten for brains there by Lloyd. Tapped it back to Rampy, then to Goulden. Doesn't have a right shoe. Went by hands instead. Lloyd. The kick falls to Duday. It skittled him. Buller to Heaney. He heard the voice of Rowbottom out towards the boundary. Gave it to him. Spears a kick in. Tough ask against Harris Andrews there. And Wilmot takes off. Now they need some attack. Now they need some drive the lines. They go through the corridor. Here's Charlie Cameron marking on his chest. Called back was McCartan. Dev Robertson subbed into the game in that third term. Has it on the right half forward. Goes wide. Finds Archie. 70 from home. Open forward line. Logan Morris, the man they want. Not going to get to him. Not going to get to him. Rampy just read it. An intercept for the veteran defender.
They've made the move. They've pushed Dane Zorko to half forward. So try and get a spark in that front half. They're going to try the wily veteran, Dane Zorko, 36-year-old. See if you can kick one or two for him.
When all else fails, you turn to experience.
Stand, Brody!
Good mark taken by Hipwood.
Bailey and Cameron, they're just running forward for the cheapie over the top instead of staying in the contest, supporting their teammates. We've seen them a couple of times just run away from the footy and try and get forward, get the cheap one over the top instead of staying there, support your teammate, win the contest, be involved in the play instead of getting the cheapy one out the back.
It's a real tendency when you're out of form, isn't it? Just to want the one out, the lollipop out the back. It's coming at the kicker. Particularly Charlie Cameron. He's kicked 21 goals for the year, but he's just really out of sorts and ball in hand. Just doesn't look really sure of himself.
And the Sydney Swans doing exactly as Tom Rockcliffe predicted, and just taking the sting out of this one with some possession football. Warner drove it long to a one-on-one. Bullavy Andrews, the Brisbane skipper, wins this one. And Zorko knows how important the next few minutes are for his team. He's taking the game on. Charlie Cameron rose up to meet it, fumbled. Heaney was there to pounce. Warner, Florent lowered the eyes. Oh, Bruce Reveal jumped in at an important moment. Here's Zorko again. Caught high. Free kick.
Lucky. He ducked into that one, Zorks. He was very lucky to get away with that.
Dane Zorko takes off, plays on. He's the only Lions player showing any real urgency out there at the moment. Ashcroft to Wilmot. Wilmot's run a long way. Bounced in the nick of time. Then went on the outside of the boot. Clever kick. Chi marks 40 out. 45-degree angle.
Brilliant, wasn't it? He's been superb this afternoon. Darcy Wilmot, just the way he backs himself and runs, takes on the opposition. Looked like he was going to get in a bit of trouble there, but on the outside of the foot, a bit of Nick Dacos style skill there to find a teammate out on the right-hand side in the 45. Great piece of play, Wilmot.
People might wonder why we're talking about this game in this quarter with such urgency, but the Brisbane Lions, despite sitting inside the top four for most of the year, can seriously miss finals if they lose here tonight. Archie has shoved it right.
Shanked it.
25 points the margin. The run home for the Brisbane Lions is a difficult one. They take on the Dockers away next week, and then they take on the Hawks back here at the Gabba. Two very difficult games, and if the Dogs win out, the Lions could miss finals. The Western Bulldogs with a run home against Melbourne, West Coast and Fremantle, and in red-hot form as well, as Rowbottom has it out of sight up against the boundary. Speed through the contest. The Swans' speed by hands has been second to none. Goulden, McLean, Buller, back to Goulden
Florent
on the left.
Himself.
Ollie Florent. Oh, Levi Ashcroft closed well, but it fell in the laps of Sheldrick, who has not brought his kicking boots tonight.
He had the handball for Isaac Heaney as well, just over the top, running to an open goal.
So the margin back to 26 points. 11 minutes left to play. Dev Robertson has it, defensive 50, up against the boundary.
Big 2 or 3 minutes coming up. If Brisbane can get 1 or 2 back, they're right in this game. But if Sydney can somehow get some uncontested footy,
that's a
bad free kick against Charlie Cameron. Rayner was going to take an uncontested mark on the wing, and he just took McCartan out of the contest, 5 metres off, made it so obvious for the umpire.
McCartan, game 150, back inside the attacking zone. Oh, juggling mark dropped by Smith. Fletcher caught by Rowbottom. And we'll have a ball up right half forward for the Swans.
Sydney look amazing, don't they? All their best players are playing well. In Heaney, Goulden, Warner, Grundy, everyone in great nick. Their best players. You need your best players playing this time of year. Shame they're not in the finals mix, because they're playing some real finals type footy this afternoon.
McCluggage let it go. Heaney dropped the football. Dunkley fed it wide. Levi Ashcroft went inside Melican. Forced to rush kick touched off the boot. Cleary tapped it on. Not what Dean Cox would have wanted, I reckon. McCluggage lowers the eyes, kick to space more than anything, and Dane Rampy, that's intercept mark number 3 for this quarter. The Swans veteran is really understanding the moment here at the Gabba tonight.
He just thought about that and executed it perfectly. He had someone flying past for a handball, but he just said, no, let's slow it down, let's take a few uncontested marks.
Came wide to Jordan, who went inside to McCartan. He drove it inside forward 50. Harris Andrews got front spot, couldn't complete the mark. Cleary, Sheldrick, again he shoves another one right. Angus Sheldrick, he's been a couple of straight kicks away from having an Isaac Heaney type performance.
Oh, bad turnover.
Oh no, Caden Cleary, the sub into the game, maybe to ice it for the Swans. He's missed to the left-hand side. Margin 28 points. This is getting to emergency station now stuff for Fags and his men.
They're playing too good a footy, Sydney. Their hands have been a lead in the contest. They're running in numbers and they're just peppering away at the goal. So I said the next couple of minutes were really important for Brisbane. Sydney have done all the attacking. They can't get it in their front half, Brisbane.
And again, they're going to kick to an out number on the outer side. Blakey takes an uncontested mark, plays on quickly, bang.
It's just too easy, isn't it? Another uncontested mark inside forward 50. That's number 18 for the match. And just their desperation, their contested footy, they're plus 25. They're leading the uncontested possession as well by 15. They've been very impressive.
Caden Cleary has the football. The man stands the mark at 45. Nick Blakey tried for the cheapie, and the umpire says you got to clear the protected area.
And Blakey shanked it, and it fell on Isaac Heaney's chest.
Well, Isaac Heaney's been standing in the goal square all quarter just pointing and saying, put it on my head.
We want him to kick 6, don't we?
He's got 5. It's his equal career best. He just tore this game apart in the first half. So Caden Cleary subbed into the game in that third quarter. Walks in, crosses 50. This to make life really difficult. No, he's pulled that to the left badly, out of bounds on the full. 8.5 left to play. 28 points the margin.
Spoke about Brisbane's pressure in the last 10 minutes of that third quarter. Went through the roof and got them back into the game. But since then, as they're coming out of defence here, they've turned it over. Well, haven't turned it over. Florence come across, intercepted the footy out. Their pressure has dropped away. Sydney doing as they please with their hands and then finding uncontested marks on the outer side there, Blackie. It's dropped right away here, Brisbane.
Just seeing on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen, a man who I think the world will know in a few years' time, Gout, the boy from Ipswich who is tearing up athletics tracks here, there and everywhere.
Imagine you, me and him lining up next to each other, Blackie, and having a 100-metre sprint.
I think we need you two. I think you two would need an 80-metre head start.
Yes. How much would we need? Oh, you wouldn't get us over.
Well, you'd tear a string in the first 10.
I reckon if we had to run 55, he'd mow us down.
Yeah.
At our prime as well.
Gout.
Now we'd maybe only 40. Lockie Neal, the champ, watches on. He's in the same box as him.
There's Buddy Franklin up there
some
too.
Star power up there, isn't it?
Talent in that box.
Some swagger. You got 1,000 goals, Brownlow medals, and maybe a future Olympic medal. As Rayner stepped through the contest, took the game on in the corridor. Ashcroft gave it to Zorko. Rayner kept running. Zorko missed him with the handball. Swans coming the other way. The heads of the Lions drop. Inside forward 50. Andrews, Wilmot, wide to Fletcher. They almost need to be perfect from here. Ashcroft, loopy handball forward. In some space is Dev Robertson. The lead comes. Hipwood takes a good mark. Called to play on. Wheels around Logan Morris. Clutched it. The boundary umpire called it good.
He's right there too. The Sydney defender said that's definitely out on the full. The boundary umpire was right there. Keen to have a look at that one on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, but Logan Morris needs to go back and nail this one.
He loves this pocket.
We haven't seen much of him since the first quarter. He kicked 2 in that first term, and he's gone missing. Just the 4 kicks for the day. This is a massive kick for his side.
This to light a fire under the Brisbane fans. They've been quiet for what feels like an hour. And they remain silent as Logan Morris misses it to the right-hand side. So the margin is 27 points. 6.5 left to play. The Swans, with their experience, Blakey to Mills to Cunningham.
Just undermanned down in defence, Brisbane. They're lucky that the 3 that they've got down there. Harris Andrews has been outstanding, really strong on the intercept. Wilmot has been really, really good with his run and carry, and Zorko as well. But they've just been found out a little bit.
The inability to find a matchup for Isaac Heaney is proving the difference. He's kicked 5 goals, and basically that's what they trail by as Berry clutches the mark. Goes to the corridor. Morris. Zorko's going to come through and pick this one up on the fly. Berry came with him. Then he went around the tackle. Handball off to the side. Big moment for Dev Robertson. Hadn't played a lot of footy this year. And he also misses to the right-hand side. In fact, he misses everything. Out of bounds on the full free kick, Swans.
Great pressure from Sydney, though. They just never gave up on the contest. On the smother of that, got pressure on it, forced a kick.
They need to kick 5 goals to win the game. If we do the Lee Matthews maths, there's still time for the Lions. Berry back inside forward 50. Logan Morris marks 45 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, it was good forward craft. Just playing in front there was Logan Morris. Wasn't a lot of method to it. A quick kick from Jared Berry, fortuitous to land in the hands of Morris, but massive kick here again for him. It will kick from just inside 50 on a 45-degree angle.
Margin is 27.
Must kick this one. If he misses this, it's all over.
Tom Rockcliffe says the game rests on this kick for the Lions. They trail by 27. Logan Morris has 2. Logan Morris has 3. and the Lions have a pulse. 10-11-71. The Lions, Swans 13-14-92. 5 minutes left on the Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard.
Well, they almost need a centre bounce goal here. Like, they've been fantastic, the Lions out of the centre bounce this afternoon. Win the clearances 18-7 out of there, but they haven't got much bang for the buck from their score sources out of the centre bounce, just kicking the one goal. It's really been the difference. It's been the turnover game. The Swans have kicked 9 goals to Brisbane 6. That's been the difference. Been super impressed with their hands through the middle of the ground, the Swannies. But that's a big moment for Brisbane, isn't it? For them to be able to kick that and bring it back to a margin that is attainable if they kick a goal every minute from here. But let's see, this centre bounce is a massive, big moment here now.
They're going to have to be near perfect. They've got about just 5 minutes on the clock, got to kick 4 goals, so they're going to have to find a way to, as you said, win it out of the centre square bounce, go forward, kick another goal.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Fort v Grundy. Warner stood in the way of the Lions' hopes and took the footy with him. Goulden crosses 50, lowered the eyes. He should have gone for goal. Gardner jumped in the way, and that'll be 50. Jack Buller showing some inexperience.
Oh, that's 100.
And that'll be 100.
He's knocked the footy out of Darcy Gardner's hands as he's gone to take off.
I don't know if he's going to give him 100, is he?
Yeah, he's sending him all the way inside forward 50.
He's giving him 150.
He is too.
Darcy Gardner took an intercept mark, 20 out from his defensive goal, and Jack Buller has sent him all the way to 40 out directly in front.
Oh, young fella.
That's where you just want to dig a hole and put yourself in it, don't you? Well, they didn't win the centre bounce clearance, but they could get a goal after 30 seconds.
Darcy Gardner used to play as a bit of a forward. He's missed. The Gabba held its collective breath as Darcy Gardner pulled it to the left. 20 points the margin, 92-72. Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard, 4:20 left.
Just leant back on it, didn't he? Brisbane got to obviously turn this over, take every opportunity from here.
Blakey just wants distance, long, outer side. Gardner trying to atone. Andrews, quick hands. Finds Marshall, the youngster. A huge moment in his career, finds Wilmot. Switcher plays on. Fletcher has to sit under it and wait. Cleary takes the 5 off the mark. Fletcher goes to his experienced teammate Zorko. Goulden.
Stop play. There's someone down on the outer side. Brody Grundy in the hands of the trainers.
So Dane Zorko has the football, centre half back for the Lions, but Brody Grundy is down behind play, outer wing.
It was a big aerial contest coming out, wasn't it, from full back? It was a big one. He's down in the doctors sort of got his neck.
They are bracing his neck and shoulders, although he's turning his head, which is good news. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. What are we seeing?
We're seeing Darcy Gardner and Darcy Ford just sort of sandwiching him in the aerial contest, and as he comes to ground, he
might be a bit of a neck more so than any concussion concerns, I think.
Looks like he comes down awkwardly on Darcy Fort's knee. He's up and walking, which is great news for the Swans, Brody Grundy's friends and family as well. He's leaving the ground under his own steam in the hands of the trainers, turning his head.
Talking to the boundary umpire. I don't think he realises he's the boundary umpire.
So Brody Grundy is headed to the bench. We still have 3:50 left to play in this one as Dane Zorko releases Jasper Fletcher, who continued his run, pulled the kick short. Surely a push in the back, free kick to Rampy, or to Rayner against Rampy. Umpire said play on. And I don't know how Dane Rampy got away with that one.
Perfectly executed play there from Zorko and Fletcher. You think back to Marshall and Wanganeen Miller in that game. That was exactly what it was. Stop play. Fletcher popped up in a space, lay down inside 50. Rampy got away with one.
Boundary throw-in, 3:30 left to play. The Lions trail by 20 points. Fletcher, Will Ashcroft tried to get the free kick. Cleary was smart. Made a good tackle.
Didn't he, Blackie? Went lowered himself, try and get the head high free kick.
Seabar Super. Special comments from Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Blake this evening. Seabar Super making hard work pay off. Jordan got it to Wicks. Fort released McCluggage forward. Kick inside forward 50. They need a mark. Hipwood rose up. Free kick. Free kick to the Eel. Rayner gets the footy to him quickly. Eric needs to compose himself. He'll go back and kick from 35 on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, just over 3 minutes to go. This is obviously a must kick, and just a little kick
on the right boot.
Eric Hipwood, 1 goal this evening. Oh, he has shoved that worse than a Tom Rockcliffe drive off the first. He's missed everything.
He tensed up. He felt the pressure, didn't he?
You know when you take that new TaylorMade or out of the box and you know that it's only going to see the daylight for 30 seconds.
It is
That's what that was.
Waterbound.
Just, you know, you take the freshie out of the box, put it on the tee,
Big
and
old
off she goes.
splash off the first tee with all the members watching.
But you want the club in your hands. I don't think Hipwood won the ball in his hands just then. He didn't want the moment.
He was carrying the bag. Rampy has it. Clock now the biggest enemy for the Brisbane Lions. They trail by 20 points. 2 minutes left. We've seen bigger, stranger, weirder comebacks this year in the season, but the Lions look resigned to their fate as Goulden and Heaney see it across the line for a boundary throw-in. 2:08 left on the clock. And 31,424 the attendance tonight for this game. You feel like 31,424 fans are going to walk away thinking, I'm a bit nervous about the last two games.
They're going for the exits already.
They are headed. The Lions fans have seen enough as Fort moved it towards forward 50. Lloyd collected for the Swans and just drove the kick to space. Buller v Andrews. Andrews won the footy, gave it to Fletcher. He dropped it. Cleary has nothing but grass ahead of him and Goulden running. Buller and Goulden. Buller says, I'll take it. Errol, you go kick the goal. Chased down by Berry, who hasn't given up. He's worked hard all night. Rowbottom was it, driven into the ground by Bruce. And we'll have a ball up right forward pocket for the Sydney Swans.
Umpies have put the whistle away, Rock.
He's giving away a free kick.
There's a free kick going away. Goulden got a bit personal with Jared Berry. But the result is done.
Yeah.
97 seconds left to play, Rock.
So live ladder, if Fremantle get the job done tonight as we expect against Port Adelaide, we know they've had their concerns. They'll be out of the 4 by the end of the night, Brisbane.
McCluggage on the non-preferred. Hipwood fumbled it, then fell on his face. Blakey kicked it high, wanted space. Cleary has to stand under this for what feels like a week. He did well. Berry got to him, made him earn it. McCluggage backwards to Zorko, spun through the Buller tackle, shoveled a handball forward to Ashcroft. Jordan got to him. Ashcroft got the ball away to McCluggage. McCluggage through the corridor. The seas parted and opened up. Hipwood, Rayner, Bailey goes for goal. Kicks one. 52 seconds left. The clock stops at 50. And the margin is back to 14 points. Some flags wave, some music plays. But the overall feeling here at the Gabba right now is one of what the hell.
Good transition there for Brisbane. They just kept the footy moving, got into their good users. Stu McCluggage, Rayner involved as well. I think Ashcroft started to play, and Bailey, who we said we needed a lift from, gets on the end of one, but they'll be disappointed with a few of their performances tonight. I think those guys across the half-forward line as well, Bailey, Rayner, Charlie Cameron, they certainly have been below par, below their best.
I think they've missed Lachie Neale's class with his creativity through the middle of the ground, haven't he? The way he sets his teammates up into space, and that's been missing tonight. Josh Dunkley's been superb, and Ashcroft's battled really hard. McCluggage has come into the game really well, but just that creativity with his hands, Lachie Neale, there's no doubt they've missed that tonight.
Certainly have.
Ball back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, and the Sydney Swans look to be playing the spoilers as McCluggage takes it away inside forward 50. For the Lions, Archie was clean. He got clipped around the ears. Bailey for 2 in a minute. Spun out of a tackle. Free kick, Zach Bailey.
He's got to get moving.
He's got to go quick. The clock is counting.
He ducked into it. He drew the free kick.
32 seconds. Zach Bailey at the back of his mark will cross the arc. Needs to execute and does. Hold on. Surely not. 20 seconds on the clock.
18.
And the margin, 18 seconds, 8 points the difference.
Well, they've dominated out the centre bounce this afternoon, Brisbane, and they've got to get a couple of quick ones here. Is it possible? We've got to kick within 10 seconds. So out the centre bounce, you want a couple of players on the fly. I'd get 2 of them, one other side, Rock. Try and get Darcy Ford to get it out in the 45, left or to the right to a runner. Doesn't matter if Sydney win it. Doesn't matter. They might as well lose by another goal, but they've got to get some forward momentum here and just get it in and get a mark quickly inside forward 50.
They've all pulled back except for Cam Rayner. You'd nearly get him to go back as well. So I'd get all three to line up almost in that sweeper position, Blackie, and then just charge forward.
The Lions have to gamble. They have to roll the dice. 18 seconds on the clock. They trail by 8 points. It'll take something incredible. Something Wanganeen Miller-esque as... Ashcroft from 40, directly in front. It's to the line. Archie's got it. Hold on.
4 seconds.
There's 4 seconds on the clock, and the Lions have cut it to 2.
They're going to lose, but what a play. What a play from the Brisbane Lions. Opened up perfectly. I think it was Rayner. Came off the front of the square. Fort just belted it forward.
There's 10,000 fans running back into the Gabba.
Ashcroft, he needed to nail the kick almost to give themselves a bit more time. They lost 3 or 4 seconds there, but what a play. Incredible. Got the perfect bounce. It went left. It went at right angles, that footy.
Well, Darcy Fort did the big Clark Keating, thumped it forward out of the ruck. Fortuitous, they ran onto it. It's exactly what they needed. Can they do it? Maybe this one's probably just a little shoulder, little hip tap, and a quick kick forward.
They're going to need a free kick, aren't they?
4 seconds on the clock from the restart.
It's where the clock shouldn't start until it actually hits the ruckman's hands rather than leave the umpire's hands.
The ball bounces. The clock starts. Ashcroft runs. Warner gets a kick off the ground. And the Swans will hold on in the unlikeliest of thrillers. 92-90. The Swans upset the apple cart of the Brisbane Lions. It doesn't erase the damage of the 10-goal defeat in the grand final, but the Swans and Dean Cox will walk away with a small sense of satisfaction after defeating the Brisbane Lions by 2 points on a Saturday night at the Gabba, 92-90. Isaac Keaney with 5 goals to his name. The Lions made it interesting late, but ultimately they left it too late.
They sure did. They did. They admirable they were, Brisbane, that last quarter, but the Swannies, they were fantastic this afternoon. Disappointed they would be just to let that lead shrink to 2 points. Brisbane last year won a belter of a home and away game by 2 permanent points, and Sydney have returned serve here. But what an exciting last quarter that was, Rock. Brisbane kicked 4 goals 5 to the Swans 1 goal 5. Great last quarter.
All right, well, let's get down to our friends. Thanks to Fox Footy, Alistair Lynch has Isaac Keaney.
It wasn't me that was the star. It was this man here, Isaac Keaney. 5 goals, mate, but it came down to the wire.
Yeah, it was good. We obviously lost a few, and boys were under the pump, but we stuck strong and stuck with the process, and we actually moved the ball really well. We got over to scramble really well, and like they're a tough side. They like to control the footy, so we had to try and shut that out. But it's probably one RFI is our slow play defence with them, so they probably chipped around us a bit too much. But all in all, bloody good effort up here.
Well, you said you stuck to the process. Tell us about that transition out of D50, especially in the first half. Your ability to move the ball by hand seemed like it was just a bit of an evolution of your plan.
Absolutely. It was get back, get numbers back, and always show up. It was like show up to the contest as many as we can, then use the numbers rather than bombing it deep. They're a very good intercept marking team, and it's probably where we've let ourselves down throughout the season. So to get back and then use the numbers and go through them was something that we did really well, and I think it's absorbing with the footy, but also being clean with it, and like I said, showing up for each other.
And tell us about your defence worked well. You're probably well down on inside 50s conceded, but your back 6, back 7 were exceptional tonight.
We touched on that at half time. It was they played the percentages really well. It was like big spoils, get it out of there, and don't let them go to work. They do scramble really well, especially in I think their full 50 ground balls is really high. So if we can kind of get it outside of that initial bubble, we know we get numbers back and help support, and they did that all night. And you see some big spoils from some key players back there, so it was good.
You mentioned the Lions ground balls. You were well up certainly at half time and for the majority of the game. Was that a focus? Do you talk about that during the week?
Absolutely, yeah. They're really, I mean, they're good all over the park really, but we knew we had to match it in that area, and that'd help us get back in support, which would then help our ball movement going forward. So it was definitely a focus.
Is there an element of this was a great win, probably your best win of the year, but it's frustrating at the same time?
Absolutely, yeah, real frustrating. I was close to a four-quarter performance that, especially up here. It's always tough coming up here and a hostile crowd. They're always extremely good. But there's an element of frustration knowing that we can play really good footy and match it with some of the best. They're arguably up there with the best. So it is, but I mean, our 2026 season starts now and we're building on our game plan and we'll take this into the next 2 weeks against another very quality side in Geelong. So we'll build for next year.
And tell us about your own role. Try and get Tom McCartan in. We'll get him in for an interview. We haven't done many with him, but tell us about your own role. Your starting point was in the centre circle, but certainly through that third quarter you were just bolting forward and predominantly playing as a forward.
Yeah, last few weeks let a few boys go through the midfield, but a little bit of CV and then spit forward. And I'm crook as a dog at the moment, so I woke up feeling shocking and it's kind of see how I could go and just go sit a bit deeper forward, so I have to run as much as well. But got to the end of a few, which was nice.
Yeah, you certainly did. Well,
there we go, Isaac Heaney. Thanks to Fox Footy. Bit of a Jordan flu game, under the weather and yet still drops 5, leading the Sydney Swans to a 2-point victory over the Brisbane Lions, as we see a Sydney Swans fan.
2 of them, they're having a punch on down there with some Lions supporters escorted.
There's one Sydney Swans fan who's leaving the Gabba tonight in a pair of bracelets.
Yes.
He's being frog marched out of the ground by the local police force. That's what you get when you turn up and you behave like a goose. But when you turn up and put on a performance like the Swans did, you walk away with the 4 points. We'll break it down after this. We'll have a Macca's I'm Loving It moment and we'll find out where the Triple M MVP award votes are heading. The Swans with a 2-point win over the Lions for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Totally Workwear. Footy, work, rain or shine, you play to win. Conquer it all in game-changing workwear or uniforms from Totally Workwear. Love your work.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. You love Triple M footy on the weekend. And the footy doesn't stop on Triple M's Rush Hour.
How good is footy, my friend?
Brilliant. With star players.
Kamsa.
Thanks for having me on.
Connor Rosie.
Hey boys, how you going?
And breaking down coach speak.
Can I ask you about Sam Mitchell's response?
It can't be a yes, but it was a not no.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Triple M's Rush Hour. Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M, the multi-award-winning Ford Ranger. #1 and still not done.
With Love Honey, you'll feel pleasure like never before. Jade and Leo haven't let go, not since last night. Wrapped around each other, they glide into a cafe like love-drunk acrobats. Even the barista double takes.
Whoa.
Brushing teeth, still glowing. And you could discover thousands of top-rated products and feel the Love Honey all day long. Shop now at lovehoney.com.au. Discreet delivery.
That's the sound of saying yes to another espresso march with the girls and other fancy bevies like that. Say yes to cheap trips so you can do more. Say yes, Ididi.
1, 2, 2 by 4. Kango, yeah, I'm ready to go. On the job, I'm a consummate professional. My quotes are fair, you'll never see me in confessional. I'm never late cause my gear is organised. And I'm on time even when I stop for pies. I'm ready, I work steady till the job's all done. And I only leave the site for the Bunnings run. I've got Kango, bits, hand tools and blades. Kango, 700 tools of the trade. I've got Kango, ready to go.
James Rain is playing his final duo shows of the year at the Brunswick Ballroom.
Throw down your gun, don't be so reckless.
Performing live on Saturday, August 30th, and a just added special matinee show on Sunday, August 31st. With his new single, Going Back to Nashville, out now. You won't want to miss these 2 concerts. James Rain at the Brunswick Ballroom. Tickets available on the Mushtix website.
Time's running out. Austrac Campers showroom clearance won't last. Save up to $13,000 on selected models, but stock is limited. Rush in before it's gone. Conditions apply. Visit austraccampers.com.au.
Austrac Campers.
Every day, people accidentally send money to the wrong account. Or worse yet, are the victim of a scam. That's why Australian banks are working to protect you with confirmation of payee. The way it works is simple. You can check the name, BSB and account number match before you hit send. So before you pay someone new, stop and check the name. It could help you spot a scam or catch a simple mistake. Check the name, spot the scam.
Look here, look at shorty got back. Should I ask her for a dance? Hold on, there's too many in the wolf pack.
The all-electric Kia EV3, crowned the 2025 World Car of the Year. Awarded for its record 604 kilometres of all-electric range and fast-charging capabilities. The Kia EV3 is your 2025 World Car of the Year. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review for Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
Yes, in case you've just joined us, the Sydney Swans there in the rooms belting out their song after defeating the Brisbane Lions by 2 points, 92-90 the final score. It was didn't look like it was going to be that close, but a flourish of 3 goals by the Brisbane Lions inside the final couple of minutes brought it back to just 2 points. Liam Flanagan here alongside Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black. This is the Triple M Amy Review. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy. Belinda Mellon is down in the Sydney Swans rooms. We will have a player. In fact, I think B's down there at the moment ready to roll. B, come in.
Yeah, hello, gentlemen. I'm down here with Callum Mills. Callum, how proud are you of that effort from your boys? You've had a rough season, and to beat the reigning premiers by 2 points, that was astonishing.
Yeah, we were so pumped. Coming up here is going to be a big challenge, and we've set ourselves for next year because we can't make finals, and it gives us great momentum.
Oh, Rock's turned his mic. Have you done, Rock? There you go.
I'm off. Cal, sorry, mate. Congratulations. Good performance tonight. Looked like you came in with a clear plan to handball the footy around the contest and then run in waves.
Yeah, we wanted to use our numbers. Brisbane are a really good intercept tide, so we just wanted to use the numbers wherever they were. If they were ahead of the ball, let's kick it. But if they were around us, let's use hands. And I thought we outnumbered really well. I think we were up ground balls by plus 20 or something like that. So that just worked in our favour when we sort of outworked the contest.
Kel, congratulations. Thanks for joining us. I mean, that was as impressive as I've seen a side come up and play against the Lions this year. You guys were brilliant with the ability to take them on and counteract on turnover. You must, to your point there, I mean, build it for 2026. You must be extremely proud. The last 7 or 8 weeks have been really good form by you boys.
Yeah, they have. It's obviously really disappointing not playing finals, so I haven't missed many in my career. So to set ourselves up for next year is going to be really important. We've got an amazing list, a really good side, and you can see the continuity under Coxie now coming through, so hopefully we can put in a few more performances.
With the midfield mix, it allows Isaac Heaney to play that role of sort of going in the centre square bounce and then going forward. You end up with the 5 goals tonight. You must love being able to deliver the footy inside 50 to him.
Yeah, he's pretty scary, isn't he? What can't he do? He wanted to kick 5 and took a hanger and far out. He's an unbelievable player. So to be able to put him anywhere is a blessing. You can put him in the back pocket and still dominate. So we're really lucky to have Haynes. He makes us a great side.
And Coxie, give us a bit of insight on the listeners about what sort of guy he is, what sort of personality he is. He's obviously got to know him a little bit, good sense of humour, and obviously went pretty hard with you guys over pre-season, I believe. But how have you guys found him as the years progressed?
Yeah, Coxie's unreal. He's really good at building relationships with players and building the trust with us, which has been amazing. And his technical aspect of his coaching is really good as well. So we're really diving into that, especially now that finals are done, trying a few different things, and we're really enjoying it.
And we've seen your ruckman, who's been in probably the best form of his career almost over the last 7 or 8 weeks. He was a bit quieter tonight, but he came off the ground with a little neck issue. Was there any update from down there?
No, I haven't seen him, so He looks big. He looks strong.
Hey, Cal, before we let you go, you talk about building for season 2026. You've swapped out a key defender as your CEO for a key forward, Matty Pavlich, the new man in the big chair at the club. Have you had a chance to sit down with Pav?
Yeah, I spoke to him. I spoke to him before and during the week. So he's an amazing acquisition. To get a quality person like Pav in through the doors is amazing, and to have someone following Tom's shoes is really exciting, and the club's is in a great direction.
All right, well done on the performance tonight, Cal. Go and enjoy the win.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Swans skipper Callum Mills there. He is one that you just get a sense that if he can stay injury-free, and as you said, building towards season 26, that list is terrifying. If they're all healthy and fit, Errol Goulden missing so much of the start of the year after that pre-season injury against the Gold Coast Suns, him being out, and they've had injuries elsewhere, but at their best and fit, they're terrifying.
Oh, they're terrifying. They remind me of Collingwood late last year. Remember how good the Pies were, and they just didn't make the final. They just missed out. They didn't build their foundation of wins early enough in the season, but by God, their form was fantastic late, and the Sydney today, the way they play, I mean, that was a level. Won 6 out of the 8 games coming into this game tonight, Rock. But the level they played tonight was another level again. And Brisbane not at their best. And you mentioned a few of their defenders not out there tonight. But the way that Sydney went about and their pressure on the Lions jumper when they had the footy was absolutely first class.
When you turn up with a plan, you can come up against opposition and not execute it. But they came out here with a clear plan tonight. And I think Isaac Heaney spoke about it, and Mills as well. They wanted to outnumber the contest, which they did for most of the night. We spoke about the work rate. They were off the charts compared to Brisbane, but then they chained it with their hands. So their ability to be all on the same page, that means they're a very coachable group as well, and they came here with a clear plan and executed it perfectly.
That interview down in the rooms, thanks to Bob Jane T-Marts. They've got great buy 3 get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. The Maccas moment happened 1 minute into the third quarter, and of course it involved Isaac Heaney. Mills driving got up to the lights of the Gabba. Huge mark in the heart of Brisbane. Plays on quickly. Warner with the snap. This to bring the Swans to life. Isaac Heaney put him on a billboard. He's just taken mark of the year.
On Josh Dunkley too.
On Josh Dunkley's head. Poor old Josh Dunkley was one of the real tries out there tonight for the Brisbane Lions. Macca's Big Arch has now arrived at Macca's. That's with the Swans. They can't make finals. They are where they are, and I've got no doubt some of them will appear in your Triple M MVP award. But can we talk briefly about the Lions and where they go from here?
Well, it's obviously a massive game next week in Perth against Freo. It's a massive situation for them. The implications this time of year for every win and loss is huge. As we sit here, they are still sitting fourth on the ladder, but they could be bypassed tonight by Fremantle when they play Port Adelaide. End of the night, Rock, where could Brisbane actually be sitting?
Well, you've got to remember the Suns have a game up their sleeve as well, so they potentially leapfrog them as well by the time the season comes to an end. So they're going to have to win. They'll rue that draw that they had against North Melbourne down there, but Chris Fagan will be fired up. But the thing with Brisbane this year is their ability to play in patches, but then when they've had to get up for those big games, so we've seen it last week against Collingwood, they got up and about. So I wouldn't discount them winning the next 2 games. What's on the line? They'll come out and probably win both of those games and springboard themselves into September. We go over there. They take on Fremantle, which is a big ask. You've got to sort of take Caleb Sarong out of it. I think he's the one. I think Dunkley will go after him, but they've got to bounce back. They get Ryan Lester back. We're not sure on Starcevic. A hamstring normally means more than a 1 game. Lachie Neale, from all reports, isn't that far away. He could potentially play against Hawthorn in that last round. So they need to get a few soldiers back for themselves, but they have an ability to get themselves up for those big games. So I wouldn't be discounting them yet, but they need a good performance next week.
All right, Simon Black, the Triple MVP award, 3, 2 and 1.
Yeah, 1 vote goes to Nick Blakey off half-back. He was superb tonight with his run and dash, 20 disposals, 11 rebound 50s, went at 85% by foot, and 654 metres gained. He was superb. The number one ranked player on the ground was Brisbane's Josh Dunkley again. He's had a super year. He had the 31 disposals, 17 of those contested, 6 clearances, 6 inside 50s, 7 tackles and a goal. And the superstar for Sydney got the 3 votes. Isaac Heaney, one of the great games from the champ. 23 disposals, 6 marks, 10 score involvements, and 5 beautiful goals.
All right, very nice work. Heaney 3, Dunkley 2, Nick Blakey 1. Those are your triple MVP award votes. Speaking of superstars, what about the superstar lineups we've got on Triple M Footy coming up next? For Adelaide and Perth, you are headed to Adelaide Oval where the Power are taking on Freo. Your cool team there. This man loves his power. Chris Dittmar, Brenton Yates, Dom Cassisi, a former skipper, Aaron Phillips, an absolute superstar, and Rhett Biglands will be on the boundary.
You had a great team until the man on the boundary.
Leave Biggles alone. And then if you're in Melbourne, Carlton taking on the Gold Coast Suns, where Peoples, Barry Denner leading the charge with Joey Montagna, Daisy Thomas, Stevie J, Al Bryan and Heath Meldrum in the box on the Triple M Red Z Lending Stats as well. That's all coming up next. Big night of footy still to come here on Triple M Footy. The Swans simply too good in the end. The Brisbane Lions kept it close late, defeating the Swans defeating the Lions by 2 points in the end. We've had a lot of fun here. Belinda Mellon off to a shocking start. Her first ever clanger.
Come on, B.
Thanks to Tommy Rockcliffe, Simon Black, the boys in the back, Timmy and Al. Belinda Mellon down on the boundary. The Swans too good for the Lions, upsetting them. Footy continues for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M. Well, we rock footy.
The Triple M Footy Review for Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.